Interesting. Oh god.
Oh god, what happened?
I had all my sound up. I just about almost started a echo chamber back and forth between my mic and the stream on the other monitor.
Cool.
All right. I think this is gonna work out.
Cyberpunk Uncensored.
It's funny in chat. Rex is already saying you and your echoes. What's up, PW Bind? Pyro. Hey, you made it. All right, people can see us now. We're officially live. So what's up? How's everybody doing?
All good.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got a guest today. Let me explain kind of what this is real quick. Anybody in the live stream and anybody watching the archived video, this is the ongoing one shot. Yes, it's a one shot in the sense that we don't leave it on cliffhangers or to be continued. You can just watch an episode and get the whole mission gig or whatever it goes down. But the lore, the characters, all that sort of shit, it does carry over. So it's fun if you want to watch the previous one shots and kind of catch NPCs and things that go down. It does influence other episodes or whatever sessions. But yeah, here we are in this session, and we're cycling in a special guest because Tarabella Pondsmith, who plays our solo Pixie Dust, could not make it today. So before we get into the game and breaking down that, let's just do some little introductions for the sake of not just people watching, but also, you guys as players. You haven't played with Ellen, you haven't played with them. So let's have each one of our players kind of introduce, yourself and then your character. And we'll end on Ellen last here. So Steve, you want to introduce yourself and tell us about Bodak?
Yeah, sure. So, hi, I'm Steve Barr, and I'm the community and content manager over at Sirenscape. So we're the cool app that puts all the sounds into Cyberpunk Uncensored and lots of other different things. And here I get to play Bodak, which is my netrunner. I'm absolutely loving running him. He's not got the highest empathy score, so he's not the most talkative or friendly of characters. But when something needs doing, Bodak's the man to get it done.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, Jack, you want to explain David Noire here?
All right.
Explain yourself first,
Yeah.
Explain yourself, Jack.
Explain it. Why the hell are you here?
I play David Noire, and I don't really do a whole lot else. I do pick up games in my own server, and I just did The Running Man, and then I did the Atlas Heist in 2 other streamed one shots with Cyberpunk Uncensored a little while ago. Right. I guess I just lucked out in getting in the group. With David Noire, right. I think the best way to describe David Noire would be to, some people might call him the second Messiah, but I think David Noire would just prefer to be called God instead. David Noire is the very, very not that famous rocker boy, but he likes to think that he is, right? And he, by God damn it, he's gonna fucking make everyone else think that too.
I like to call him the guy who loses hands.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
His rocker boy. Yeah, his rocker boy cockiness got him into some shit.
Down.
Yeah, he's lost a couple hands.
I would imagine that he would.
He's actually the only one of us who got at least beaten up every session up until now. Even when we
No. Let's be fair to him. In 4 sessions, he's been hospitalised 3 times and lost us all our job on the 4th time.
I am.
He's doing well. He's got a good streak.
Yeah, I think my favorite line is when he lost the hands, and I said, he's working his way to not be Johnny Silverhand, but Johnny Silverhands, plural. And he said, no, I want to be Johnny Silverman. Like he wants to completely replace everything. Yeah. But all right, Roten, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us about Gato?
Yeah, I'm Roten. Not very much to say about me, actually. I play Gato, our fixer. Who is quite ambitious. I remember writing with Rob, talking about Ling Po, and Rob telling me, "Well, you have to remember Ling Po is fucking dangerous." And I told him, "Well, that's why he's my idol, because he's powerful, dangerous, he's got influence, and that's actually who Gato is. He likes power, he likes to gain power." But he also likes to keep the team together with David Noire and Bodak and so on.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you mean Ling Po is in from Mulan?
No. David Ling Po, the exec from Cyberpunk RED lore, he kind of runs Chinatown and the head of the Triad. Completely different.
Sorry, that's where my mind went. Yeah. I was like, do you mean Ling Po from Mulan? Like
basically the same person.
Yeah,
monk guy, because that is amazing.
The same exact person. Yeah, and
I think it's Qian Po. I don't know what I was thinking. I just really love Mulan.
And Roten, you've been helping me with Cyberpunk Uncensored. You're one of the moderators there in our Discord, and I've been helping out a lot as well as one of the supporters. Just like Steve and others with Patreon and some of the other things that we do. So I really appreciate that. You don't give yourself enough of an introduction there, but you definitely help out the community. And I know you help other streamers as well, like our friends over there, Wandering DM and such. So yeah. I know a lot of people appreciate you being part of the community. So a little props to you there. It's not all about Gato. But yeah, so we've got Bodak, our netrunner, David Noire, our rocker boy, Gato, our fixer. And then now we come to Ellen, who's going to explain about Sprocket, the Nomad. So why don't you first introduce yourself, tell everybody about what you do, and obviously roll to cast and all that, and then give a little breakdown of Sprocket for everybody.
Yeah, no worries. So hi, I'm Ellen. I'm a member of Baby Beard Media, and what we do is we do podcasts, let's plays. We're kind of trying to filter ourselves all over the internet at the moment. But what we're most famous for is our actual play podcast series, Roll to Cast. And season 1, we did Cyberpunk 2020. And then in season 3, we were very, very lucky to have the beta rules for Cyberpunk RED. It's run by the wonderful Phil Harker-Smith, or at Scruff, who's been doing the Sirenscape Out on a Limb show with R.Talsorian. And Sprocket Volkov is the returning character from season 3 of our podcast. And she is wonderful. I love her so much. She's a teenage nomad. I think at the time of this story, she would still be 16. But she's like built like a tank. But she's very happy and chipper. She comes from a nomad family, which is a traveling circus. The Volkov Traveling Circus. Much fun times for all involved. And she's very burly, and she's good with a sledgehammer, good with a shotgun. And so, she doesn't quite fit in with her family, although, of course, they love her. Oh, and not to forget, she has pet rat. His name is Vlad, and he sits on her shoulder most times. So sometimes she will be talking to Vlad about what is happening in the scenario. So that's Sprocket Volkov, kind of in a nutshell.
Perfect.
God damn, Rob, you just outright replaced Pixie.
We had to, well, with Pixie,
it's only temporary.
Yeah, with Pixie not being able to make it, we obviously have to make sure that the step-in character lives up to par, and is of that caliber. So I think Ellen and Sprocket here are definitely into it. So that's great. And just to clarify some things, I see people in chat appreciating us streaming extra early today. And yeah, it's early for me typically here in LA, but some of our players are European. Ellen being from Australia, we shifted our times to make it work a little bit better for everyone. So and I don't mind doing that sometimes. I think it's kind of fun to shift up the times and see who can make it and not make it, because I know some people can't make the live stream and they only check out the the archived VOD because of that. So, but yeah, Ellen is joining us here from the future, actually. Yeah, and I had a question about that. Seeing that you are from the future. Yeah, I'm just wondering. Have you seen me online today in the future? Like, did I make it past today, where I'm at?
Look, I saw a headline with you, but I didn't read the article, so
shit.
could go either way, mate.
All right. Well, now I know. I just wanted to check because I know you're joining us from there.
But you'll make the paper, so.
Nice. All right. I hope
to
it's
Australia.
Good.
He forgot his ground hardness. That's the headline.
All right, let me start up some Sirenscape and get some city sounds going. And then we'll just do like a little mini recap. Not much because, like I said, we like these to be somewhat standalone, but I do want to at least catch everybody up with what happened with everyone and why Pixie's not here and what we're doing. First off, the last session, obviously, David Ling Po hired y'all to, start off on a tour, which is kind of a cover to do little side gigs for him along the way. It's a way to make money. You guys kind of needed that. You just fucked up IMG, your current employer, while doing a gig against Petrochem. But you didn't know it was their event.
Scared of us.
Kind of fucked it all up, and now lost that job. But now here you are. You got the new gig. On the way to a photo shoot, got ambushed, attacked by some Petrochem guards. Weird that they were dressed that way, but anyone can watch that previous episode, get all those details. David Noire had to go get healed up. We'll say that you had to pay like $500 for that catch the subscription membership up on the trauma team thing that you took from that guy. It was a little bit behind, but at least you were able to heal up. I imagine, I don't remember how many hit points, but it probably took you at least a week, if not a couple, to get back to normal. I know you took quite a bit of damage there. Everybody else,
so
I think
500 on top of the 1,000 that I spent?
No. I don't think you had to spend 1,000. You didn't do any crits, right? You didn't have any major surgery. It was just trying to get stabilized and start your healing process, right? But you were
I was in like I was just below mortal.
Yeah, you were pretty bad. Yeah, so just deduct that.
It was the highest.
Yeah, but I think that's for like major surgeries and all that. We'll have to check that out. But I think
didn't David Noire have the spinal injury?
Oh, maybe he did.
Whiplash.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Maybe he did.
He did take some crit.
I think you do take a crit about every session, so we'll just assume that happened. But we'll work out the exact price and we'll deduct that in chat. But yeah, you did have to go through all that. We know that. Pixie had to go through quite a bit. Not repairing on that, but she had to get all the installs from the night market done and go through a shitload of therapy. More therapy than anyone else, to the point where it bled into this following week where you guys had to go on tour. The show must go on. She'll catch up to the tour eventually. But that's why she's out. She got all that, I think, bone and bone lace stuff done and muscle grafting or whatever she was getting, and doubled up on it. She had quite a bit of therapy to do. Everybody else, I think, got everything installed that they need to get. If they did, I know we worked out a couple weeks of hustle. Everyone made some money. If you didn't do that roll, we'll do that in chat afterwards, but you should have at least got to do a little bit of hustle, with the exception of David Noire, who had a lot of healing. But you guys have been on the road. What happened is here, Ling Po basically set you up, his team, with a little mini tour bus. You guys are following with your RV, because obviously you take that for the side gigs and such. David Noire probably rolls on the tour bus. There's a sort of tour manager guy named Grady that's along for the ride. He kind of handles all the paperwork, city to city, getting you where you need to go. But as far as the shows and the gigs and all that, you guys are pretty much on your own. He's just kind of the babysitter and makes sure you get to where you need to go. But and other than that, there's a driver that never seems to talk to anybody. But yeah, it's a little mini caravan. You guys are heading to SanFran, the integrated hub, which is basically that region which encompasses the former San Francisco, as well as surrounding cities of Oakland, Berkeley, San Mateo, and San Jose. You guys were heading up that way, and you needed an escort as any time, and Grady always handles that. Which basically got some of the family members from the Volkov Circus to kind of step in, give you a little escort up to the SanFran area, which you got there successfully. You guys are there, and through that, you did meet one of the family members, Sprocket, and she seems definitely eager to get into edge running. She's been asking a lot of questions, being real friendly. You guys have actually got along very well. Keeping in mind that, yeah, she is young, but this is the time of Cyberpunk RED, and, that's not really that young. People become adults very young and get into edge running, and they grow up very fast during this time. You have to survive.
I'm far less concerned about her than I am Pixie.
That's fine.
I see significantly less drugs.
We haven't experienced her yet, so...
She is high on life. Thank you very much. The thrill of the circus.
But you guys got settled in SanFran, and you got a message from Grady saying he'll be there in a few moments to break down today's gig or whatever. You got a message from Cater, which is Ling Po's assistant, that guy, and he's on his way there. You guys are hanging out in your RV with Sprocket, and you guys can have that little mini conversation. Sprocket may be interested in helping out with today's current gig. She wants to kind of get her feet wet, so to speak. You guys being down a member Pixie and could definitely maybe use some help.
David
Yeah, sure.
Happening in Van today. We are still setting up for circus, but since my dad burnt half of his beard off in fire ballet, I'm pretty much free for whatever. I don't really want to be assisting. I know they like me to do the strong woman show, but I don't really like being on stage. So maybe I could just hang out with you guys?
I'm good on the stage, but I'm sorry, did you say fire ballet?
Yes, you not seen? He's spectacular, but I keep telling him, Baba, you keep burning off parts of your body, and after a while, there will be no dancers left. Silly Papa. What do you think, Vlad? Squeak, squeak. Usually Phil adds in squeak noises. Yes, I know, it's pretty, Vlad, but it's just not sustainable long term. Yes, well, you always say that. Ugh. Anyway.
I think she actually understands what it's saying.
She does.
David, you'll be on stage. That's not the point. But we can always
I'm a one-man
use
show.
someone. We can always use someone backstage helping out.
Yes, I'm good at helping and lifting and sometimes shooting. Have not managed to make that into circus act just yet.
Yeah, it's about that time you get the knock on the RV door there. And before you can answer it, Grady just kind of steps in. Very forceful. Grady is that tour manager kind of guy that's been on the road with you. He's a rather husky man, kind of aged. Looks like he has some battle scars and such, short spiky hair. He's always wearing a three-piece suit. Comes off exec and tour manager with the look on that level with the suit, but seems to, it's very obvious he's a little rough around the edges, whether it's a little multi-classing thing, maybe a rough history, maybe the suit's just a front, who knows, but he definitely seems kind of rough. But he just kind of steps in. All right, come on, everybody gather around, sit up. I got the gig. I got a message from Cater. You got a gig, and fuck the Noire. It's gonna be kind of simple. The gig is where your other gig is. You can pull it all off in one spot. It gets you in there. Let me just break it down here. So I got a message from fucking Cater, Ling Po's little man. Let me read his message here. Let me get into Cater mode for you. And he's like, "Hi, I'm sending you an address." And David Noire. Fuck, I hate him. I can't do his voice for too long. He fucking pisses me off. But all right, yeah, he's sending an address. David Noire, you're scheduled to perform a private event in Japantown here in SanFran for Mr. Kane Takada. He's an old business associate who went the route of Yakuza long ago, and he has something Mr. Ling Po needs. It's imperative you extract him before midnight. I'm sending the address over to all your agents right now. And Sprocket, you joining the team here? You're not just a transport today?
Yeah. Team, as you call. And Vlad too, but he does not need little shirt saying so.
Alright, well, I'm not fucking paying the rat. I'll pay you. The rest of the team gets paid and we're good to go. You got the address. It looks like, you should get there now. You're part of it's an all-day event, goes all the way till midnight. David, you're kind of one of the daytime performers. There's a bunch of performers. You guys should get over there right away. Take care of shit. Get Kane, Mr. Takada out of there by midnight. I'm going to go over to a hotel. Just hit up my agent when you're done. I'm going to go chill out in the jacuzzi. Maybe get laid or something tonight. Fuck y'all. Later. He leaves.
What a forthright man he is.
Right.
It's a pleasure to deal with.
I have a feeling he'd do that impression straight to the guy's face.
Ooh, yes. So, we going? Do we need snacks or any fuel?
Maybe a few snacks.
Oh,
I could go for some more
everything
M&Ms.
here. I'll actually check whether we've got enough snacks and so on. before we go.
My mother, Galina, makes the best. I can't remember. Blini? Yes, it's blini. She makes. It's wonderful. I'll just. She might run out to like if some of the kind of vans, especially like probably a big camper van with the main Volkov family is in, and she'll just kind of like bang on the door and be like, mother, and I'm sure like she would just immediately be greeted with just like a basket of snacks for her friends. 'Cause she's just so happy that Sprocket is making new friends.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
So she kind of runs back to the van. Look, I bought snacks. Very delicious. Still hot. So eat
Hell
now.
yeah. So everybody can have some snacks, gather up your things, get ready to go.
Yep.
You've got the address. I think who has the drive skills here to drive the RV? And Sprocket, are you riding with them in the RV? I mean, you're a nomad, you could drive, but imagine do you have your own vehicle there at 16?
I do have my own. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I have my own vehicle, or rather, I drive a car from the Volkov Circus. But it's pretty much Sprocket's now because she's given it a terrible paint job and drives it into the ground. It's a compact ground car with bulletproof glass because, yeah, she sometimes uses it for target practice, and
because
they learnt well.
Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's like
we
when
need to
yeah.
Well, yeah, then maybe what we can say is you're driving your vehicle. I'm at, Nomad wants to feel at home. That's your baby, So you'll drive in that. You can either lead or follow the rest of you in your RV. And I imagine Gato, you have drive skill, right? So you can drive the RV.
I'll be on the drive skill.
Okay, cool. So when Pixie's not, you can. Because I remember I think Pixie was the one too when you weren't driving, wasn't it?
Yeah. Normally Pixie was driving.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
well, luckily you have drives.
If we had been in a shootout while driving, I guess I would be driving and she would be at the guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry, I'm not afraid of driving if I have to get my hands dirty. You better be ready for a wild ride if you put me on the steering wheel.
I can just plug in.
Bonak's going to sit at the back. He's still messing around with the architecture that's in this RV, just making it our own and just playing with it whenever he gets a chance.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys make your way over to the address at hand, and it's definitely in Japantown. And as you know, Ling Po, being from Chinatown and part of the triad, Japantown and Yakuza isn't necessarily their best friends or whatever. So, there really can't be a lot of name dropping to get leverage out of any of these guys or whatever. But the address you're pulling up to is a bit elaborate. There's a shitload of people all gathered out front. Very Yakuza-like. You can see there in roll 20 the image of all the guys hanging out there. You can see it in the stream. But let me pull down the sound just a little bit so I don't drown out with sirens. But yeah, you pull up and you're basically seeing two buildings connected by like an overpass sort of covering. And one of them has like a smokestack. The other one you can hear really loud music coming from. The one that you hear the music coming from that's attached, that's the address that you guys have. Looks like it's some type of private event hall, just like Grady described and said that you had to go perform at. Everything pulling up is in Japanese. Does anybody speak Japanese or understand Japanese, their characters? Oh, you do?
Gato.
I understand.
Gato does, yeah.
Okay, nice. I thought it was just Chinese.
Vietnamese.
Oh, okay. Well, this as you're pulling up, Gato, you notice all the writing, everything is in Japanese. There's elaborate decorations everywhere and lots of like memorial stuff, and you can tell that aside from the private event building, it's attached to something that's like marked funeral home. So it's some type of ritual Japanese funeral home with a private event building. You definitely see markings of different Yakuza families. You can definitely read some of the markings on some of the banners that are put up. It's pretty elaborate and everything that's going on here. Like I said, lots of decorations and stuff. Everyone's kind of hanging out front. And when you pull up, they're kind of like staring you down, and they kind of like flag for everyone to, for Sprocket and Gato for you guys to stop your vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well.
gonna pull over.
Yeah, a couple of the guys lean
What are
in.
you doing pulling over? We got a place to go to.
Oh yeah, I'll stop the vehicle rather.
Yeah, they walk. A couple of the guys walk over. They just like lean into the window and they say, "Who are you here to see? What's up?"
Well, we're here for life act. David Noire.
David Noire. God. Move out of the way.
Entertainment around the side, and they point over like to the event building, the address that you have.
Okay.
Yeah, as you guys, they let you through. As you guys are pulling through, and you can see they're on roll 20. You pull into kind of the event place, and as you're pulling around the parking lot, you can see some people kind of in prayer in different groups of Yakuza family. Like you see in that image, even involving some women and children and families. This is definitely all ages, and they're all around, but there's different groups of the families in prayer as you go around. But you guys make your way around and get to the event building. And let me pull up the page there on the map. Now, the event building is below this. If you're looking at what's blacked out, that's kind of the funeral home area, but you guys are down here in this, where this overpass is, this covered link here to this building down here, exactly. And this building just opened up. It's a huge square. It's just an event hall. But as you guys are pulling up over there, there's a bunch of parking all over here to the side, next to the building. And you can see other, what looks like musician groups, a DJ, different, groups of people with music equipment setting up, going into the side entrance, and then a bunch of people hanging out. Over on this side, it definitely looks like a more younger crowd. Like when you were over coming through the front parking lot, it was more families of Yakuza and all ages praying and all around the front. But over here, it seems more celebration and event-style stuff going on, and a more younger crowd kind of hanging out. Not to say that other families aren't coming through, but that's what you see. You guys are pulling up and parking.
All right.
Okay.
Very familiar.
By the way, you're double feeding when you joined Roll 20. You got your whatnot going on.
My bad.
It's all muted, but.
Maybe.
Wait, let's see if we can. Maybe we can have like a team huddle or something, because I still want to talk about what the game plan is.
Yeah, you can pull up and do that. But let me just say this, Ellen, when you get into Roll 20, if you just click that gear symbol and go over and disable the video and audio, I should have mentioned that before. Sorry, and then that way it'll.
We're good.
Okay.
That is all G. I might just not bother with Roll 20.
Okay, no problem.
Might just picture it in my mind place.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so yeah, you pull around to the big.
It's definitely a good resource.
Yeah, and you guys are you're parked there. Well, she can also see it in the stream too if you need to look at the Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys pull around to that. Like David Noire said, you guys are parked. You have some moments you guys can definitely huddle and talk about all this.
All right. Let's talk about that job. I've been focusing on what I'm going to be doing. I didn't actually really pay attention to what Grady said. So, who we recovering?
Oh.
Was it on the phone again?
You need to be getting in and performing to this Takada man, and we need to get something from him. Do we know what that something is, or are we just getting something and taking it away?
I thought we were taking him away.
Yeah, that was what I thought too.
Oh.
Extract Takada.
Well, hopefully he is small man, can lift on shoulder.
Jesus, you've been saying out of character. How ripped are you? Like,
she's got a body of 8. And she's
Christ.
I
have half your
she's like
strength.
around. She's around like 6 foot too. Like she is built and like super muscly.
I am not concerned about you joining us whatsoever. Not even slightly.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for yourselves.
Yeah, just throw them on the shoulder. Can you even do that? Yeah. You know what?
Oh yeah. Do you want me to show you? Should I? She might like go to lift you up.
No, you'll be fine. David Noire doesn't need to
Okay.
get lifted. David Noire doesn't.
No
lift
worries.
David Noire doesn't take photos either.
it. No, of course not.
So, do we just
do you want
go
one?
in and perform? You perform, and we try and get this guy away.
All
What
right.
is plan?
No, yeah. Let's start with that. I'll hit the stage. Right. I'll start out with the big ones. Right. We'll throw a few things. I got a remix song that I'm looking to hit them with. Right. I got a good synthwave. I got a synthwave version of "Having a Good Time." I think that's gonna really draw in the crowd. We're gonna hit them with that shit. Right. They're gonna be stunned. Right. They're all gonna
Noir.
be yelling, "David
That's
Noire, David Noire!"
Noir.
Right, and while they're doing that, that's your
Let us
chance.
find out your music. Let us
Pardon?
go out. We'll spend some time, scout the place out, see what's going off in here. The last 3 jobs we've done have turned to chaos. There's a lot of guys out there with guns and kids. So let's rein it back in this time. Let's try and see what's going off, get the lay of the land, and figure out what we want to do.
You said no guns. Can I bring sledgehammer, or is not okay in fancy place?
Well,
I
I'll
don't see why
I'd
not.
say
Yeah, no,
I'd say-
I didn't say no guns. I think he said there's a lot of.
Oh, just rein it in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I was saying there's a lot of guys out there with guns.
I think what Bodak was saying to
Right.
David Noire was because in previous sessions, David Noire definitely just walks in and tries to take care of business. He's very confident rocker boy, and I think Bodak was saying, we're kind of surrounded by a lot of Yakuza with a lot of guns. There's also families and kids. Let's maybe dial it in a little and scope things
Yeah,
out a little bit.
we
I
don't
think is
wanna-
what he's saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We
that's
need
fine.
a gentle hand for this.
Well, and it's fine. You can approach it any way that you want because of the fact that David Noire's supposed to perform soon. It's daytime. This goes all the way till midnight. It's an all-day thing. Once he performs, you have access to the whole day or whatever you're here, so you can definitely go check things out or do whatever you want to do.
yeah. So we can scout it out while David is having his gig, and after that we can go and get out Takada.
Sounds good to me.
Do we know, does Takada want extracting? Is this a forceful extraction, or are we...
Nobody.
We
told
might
us.
have to just, we might just have to meet him and see feel the room, as it were.
So perhaps the hammer isn't the worst idea.
Yeah, I think the idea here is, him and Ling Po parted ways back in the day. They were previous business associates, but you do know Yakuza and Triad don't get along. They're on opposite ends of the spectrum of business there, when it comes to their cultures. And, I imagine, he wants you guys to extract him, not escort him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Okay.
Definitely.
Well. So I
So
guess
I-
it's David, Gato, and Sprocket.
Stand up.
Sorry, it's Bodak, Gato, and Sprocket will try and just walk around and see if we can, schmooze. And David, you got a show to do, baby.
Damn right.
Yeah, perhaps.
Stand up,
Perhaps.
slam open the door, right, and then I stalk forward. I got a show to do. I'll
Yeah.
be back.
Yeah, you work your way in. It's crowded. There's a big sort of private event hall, almost like a big auditorium sort of setup. All ages up in there, but definitely a thicker, younger crowd is filling the area. And you can see a sound booth in the back. When you go in, you can check in. You see your name on a schedule there. You're actually scheduled to go up very soon. Time to go in and prep. And back there's really like a kind of rigged up backstage area, not really set for that, being that this is just a private hall, but they at least have that. You're able to set up, tune up, get ready to hit the stage. Anything you do for prep there, David?
I think I just begin to make my way up, right? And I
Yeah, there's
sling
one-
my keyboard off my back, and I wince in pain. I grab my rib for a second. I stand back up. I was like, oh, nothing stops David Noire.
And there's one thing we should do. That is take a video with David Noire with David Noire giving a greeting to the Borg Street Boys, so we can a bit shit talk them on our garden account.
Oh yeah, you guys had a run-in with the Borg Street Boys, or the Backstreet Borgs, however you want to. The boy band that really dislikes David Noire's rough edges there.
I think we agreed last time that giving them attention would be too much, that they're already basically a fan group, right? And saying anything to them would be anything more than that, but there's nothing wrong with recording, just like, seeing them, or when we do see them slashing their tires or whatever, right? And then recording them being upset about it.
I don't. I was thinking about something like, "Hey, Borg Street Boys, where are you? I'm in."
Ooh.
That's
pretty good.
almost an outright rate of challenge. If you sell the idea to David, or if you did sell it to him after he came out of the hospital, he's doing it.
Let's just do that.
All right. Well, we can say you do it, but before you get going, you can do a little tactful. I don't know, throw a little bit of shade there at them, and Gato can get a quick clip of that to throw up on your page and promote it. But yeah, you get into it. I'm gonna go. Let's get everybody else. You're gonna be doing your rounds and kind of checking out the area while he's performing. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Then I'm gonna get into that while you guys are walking around. Why don't David Noire, you roll a play instrument roll, and also give me a 1d10. I want to check your cool here. But yeah. In the meantime, everybody else, you walk around from this event hall. You make it over to, through the crowd. There, like I said, all on the side here around the event hall is parking lot area. But you make your way over here to the front entrance, or you can cut through this covered area and make your way into the funeral home area. That's pretty much all that's left. Other than that, there's people praying out in the front parking lot area and people kind of partying in this area.
Yeah, I think take the outside route so we can kind of see what's going off, lay the left.
Yeah, you guys go over there. It's people, like I said, praying out front and hanging out. The entrance is pretty much open. And here, let me see if it'll allow me to... Yeah, it's working. Good, so I'll reveal that. The entrance is open, and you can see it opens up into kind of a big open foyer where people are hanging out. There's catered food. You can also see some catered food vans in the front parking lot lined up to the side. But there's catered food, people eating, having some drinks. There's a little free open bar in the corner set up. And a whole mix of people. People in suits, people looking like Booster Gang, Yakuza, young people, old people. They all definitely look like they belong in Japantown, and they're probably part of the Yakuza family or associated. But a whole mix of styles. And they're all just kind of hanging out there. There's also a bathroom on either side. You can see marked men and women. And then because this is kind of an open area, I'll reveal this because you can see down this hall. You can see forward. It looks like there's some type of stairs up to the right leading up. It says balcony seating. You can see there's a door beyond that says private. Off to the left, it says there's a mechanic and janitor closet. You can see that marked. And there's an elevator. And straight ahead, you basically see two wide doors that open up into like a big sort of what looks like sanctuary or big seating open area. It looks like there's a bunch of people in there, but from where you are, just kind of looking in, you can't see. You'd have to make your way inside of this place. You know what I mean?
So am I correct in thinking that David's performance here is then followed by a private one in the private area?
No. Yeah, it seems like there's
no.
Yeah, he's basically performing in that
tour.
Yeah, that event area down here that's connected to this funeral home where people are also celebrating and doing such. But there's no performers in this area, just people hanging out, eating, drinking, socializing.
Okay, yep. Maybe we could use him his name rather to try and get into the private room and be like, "Oh, we're with the famous performer. We are a entourage, and we want to see if maybe he wants to be a permanent fixture in this area. Who knows? But if the facilities are not up to scratch, then our boy is not going to be. I don't know. Could be a ploy."
Worth a try. There's
Yeah.
the upstairs balcony as well. We might be able to kind of get a good view around.
We have time till midnight to get him out, so we can even wait till he is back, and then go there with him. If he made enough of an impression, which he will
We
do.
should make a move before then, though.
We can just go there with him to greet all the VIPs. Boda, do you think you might find out in the local network where Takada is?
Good idea.
Yeah, once I can get into the network, I want to try and see if I can get eyes through the security cameras.
Yeah, what we can do is, you guys, first thing first, you guys are walking in. It's crowded, people doing food and drink, like I said, socializing. You make your way a little bit further past the foyer to where, there's the elevator and a little service room off to the side. Off to the other side is the stairs going up to balcony and the private room. You can make your way to that private room, which is locked and locked. An employee comes out. You can tell because of them wearing kind of like a uniform with the same Japanese logo as the funeral home. And Sprocket gives a spiel like you did, saying there with David Noire and maybe getting into the private room. But the employee first starts speaking Japanese. Gato, you understand that they're saying, "Oh no, this is the employee room. This is where we get Mr. Takada ready in between, the different viewings and such. If he's a performer, they perform over in that building." She kind of points across the hall there to that little covered cut through to the other building, and says, "But you can hang out, food, drink. Everything is for everyone. This is a festivity for Mr. Takada."
Cool.
So it's basically
I'm gonna grab some food.
and Gato can explain that to the rest, since it was in Japanese, that that's a private room for basically Mr. Takada changing in between different viewings and such.
What he said, Vlad, is that it is a private room for executives in the such like. Just translating it into rat. No worries.
Remind me to turn rat when I go up in level, and take rat as the next cultural.
Yeah.
Just you wait. Everyone's making fun of it right now, but then Rob's gonna pull out we're a sewer mission and we're talking to mutant rat people.
Right.
And I will be able to talk to them and blend into them.
Or a rift in time is gonna go open up, and then Rob's just gonna be like, "Hey, you know what, guys? I just want to play Shadowrun now."
Oh Jesus! No. So yeah, why you guys?
Maybe you just find some cute rats. That could be a thing.
So while you make over and take advantage of some free food and such, you do notice a couple things. Give me a perception roll, just so I can see how much you notice, and let me know what you get there, Sprocket.
I'll roll that.
17.
Yeah, and what did you get?
Sorry,
Sprocket?
just trying to find my perception. Oh, there it is. That's a 13.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're more focused on the food, maybe, not really noticing. But Gato, you definitely noticed that while you guys are enjoying grabbing some free food, a couple people in the groups around are kind of making eyes, I guess, of disgust towards Sprocket, possibly the rat on her shoulder. But it is causing a couple dirty looks, Gato. You notice it.
Okay.
But back over to
Yeah, she's completely unaware.
yeah. With that roll, you're not noticing. You're more excited about the free food and goodies,
I think this one has real nuts on it. Maybe Vlad, you taste.
So yeah, you're feeding the rat. Gato, you notice people definitely getting disgusted as she's feeding. And yeah, And David, that's a great roll. What's your cool stat?
My cool. Give me a second. I have a cool of 6.
Okay. Yeah,
Ooh.
you play the instrument flawlessly. You're pulling it off. You're doing all your songs perfect. But you do notice that, a majority of the crowd is not digging it. You're not coming across that cool to this crowd. Whatever there is about it,
Guys think they are.
maybe it's not the right style or something's going on there. But it's definitely
right.
not.
Let's pull some of the older tracks. Let's pull some of the older tracks. Let's pull some of the older tracks, and is there any way I can do that's not how charismatic leadership works, eh? Because it's like a default role. It's not a role anymore. It's a skill. Let's change the atmosphere, right? From something that is like energy focused to something that's more when the older songs just rise up for yourself, rebel, whatever. Right? I'm realizing that the atmosphere is wrong, so just gonna take another shot in the dark, right?
Okay. Yeah, give me another play instrument, and then another 1d10. Nice, killing it with the play instrument.
Fantastic.
Nice. Okay,
Cool
good.
roll isn't quite as good.
Well, remember that when you're doing a stat check like that, the idea is that you want to roll your stat or under. So when you roll above it, it's actually not successful. So in this case, you made the right change. It seems like you kind of interpreted the crowd wrong initially. You took it up a
Probably shouldn't
notch.
be playing "Having a Good Time" in front of a funeral home.
yeah. You set the vibe a little bit better, and people are digging it now. You notice like some of the crowd actually getting into it, and you're not getting as many boos and hisses in between tracks or people ignoring you. Now people actually clap in between tracks. So you're doing much better. Back around to the rest of the party. You guys are hanging out, getting some free food and stuff.
So get some food. I'm trying to keep an eye on these stairs to see if people seem to be going up and down the stairs or not. But I'm also going to... Gardo, can you try and strike up a conversation with some people and find out what is this event? Why is it? Is it a funeral that we're at, or is it? There's people out front praying. They were talking about how the guy's going to keep getting changed in between viewings. So if we can find out what's going on, that might help us a little bit. About what's going.
I'll just straight ask them what exactly it is. So
Yeah, the employee girl just leans in. She says, "Yeah, this is Mr. Takada's funeral. His whole celebration of life and passing. I figured you would know if you were here. You said you're part of the performers. Definitely let the performer know exactly why he's here as well, because all performers should do some type of shout out from the stage and just show some respect. And if you guys want to go in for the viewing and pay some respect too, feel free." And she kind of gestures towards that sanctuary room that's just beyond.
Grady,
Okay.
you fucking little shit. Grady, you suck.
I'll pass that information to David Noire.
You can't. I'm on stage. I ain't looking at my phone.
You don't.
Could you get it like a?
Don't
Do you have like a? Yeah,
If
like an
there's a break-
internal agent or something.
Yeah, I don't. It's I got a phone. I got no neural wear. I got none of that processor. I don't think.
We have comlinks.
Yeah, but
We
he
do, but
has.
I don't think I'd be wearing it.
While
Yeah,
you're
right
performing.
right
Yeah.
now, I would say David Noire's comlink is probably replaced with a monitor link for his vocals
Yeah.
and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said try, and when I notice it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work.
But as soon as you tell us what
Well,
it is, I thought that's what I worried. As soon as we turned up here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
hope
think
not the
maybe
first one for this concert.
Sprocket could possibly like go to the performing and try and like mouth.
All right, wait. So is that what you're doing? You're
Tada
moving
is
towards.
dead.
You're moving. Yeah. Okay. I'm going.
Just in
I'm
the
playing
crowd.
whatever. Right.
But,
I'm
like,
looking down into the crowd. And I
Takada
see
is
you. I see you.
dead.
I like I wave to you. Like cool. I'm doing stuff right now. Right. And continue going back into whatever. Right.
Damn it, David! Why don't you have lip reading?
Cut to the end of this song. Right. Begin telling the next one, going on about how great I am. Right in the middle between songs.
And how everyone should pay respect to you. Wait, does David Noire have lip reading? I didn't even ask that. Does he?
This next song was written by me, David Noire, rocker boy, also sometimes considered the Messiah.
but David Noire, does he have lip reading? I forgot to ask. I didn't even ask that.
No, I don't.
Oh shit.
No, it
Is
could.
it a skill?
You could just roll the stat. You
yeah.
could, yeah. Oh yeah. You could do. You could just give me the stat roll for that. What's the stat for lip reading?
Okay.
Is it empathy or is it intelligence?
It's intelligence.
Okay. Give me a 1d10. What's your
+5.
intelligence? Let's see.
So 4 + 5. That's a 9. So am I picking up on what she's saying?
No, not enough. I mean, you get some of the gestures that she's going like this. You think she's telling you like someone's dead, someone's gonna die, we need to kill something's going like this. That's the only thing you're kind of picking up on with that roll, but you're not getting any details.
All right, people. Looks like someone's gonna die tonight.
Oh God! That's horrible. There's a gasp. The crowd gasps. They're like, "Did he just say that?"
Oh my god. Maybe she might like try and push her way, because she's pretty strong. She might just try and push her way to the front of the crowd and be like, David! The cat is dead body! This is his funeral!
Alright, yeah, no.
You should give him shout out!
Alright, this is my next
his
song.
funeral!
Right.
You can hear that, David. You hear Sprocket tell you that.
Hearing some shout out, so let's do, that last Johnny Silverhand shout out I did the other day. Let's do chipping in. I'm going into my next song. I don't know if there's a minus to that or what, but I'm going into my next song just as ignorant as always.
Yeah, that's fine. You'll have to do another play instrument for me, and
it's not even that good of a roll.
yeah, you're fucking it up, and plus you're also getting a negative to that. The crowd's not responding to the skills that you're putting forth there. It's not coming across well. It definitely seems like you're fucking up, and maybe it's giving you a little bit of motivation to pay attention to what Sprocket's saying. Like maybe there's something to what she's saying here. You're not catching up.
Is there a role to try and convey? Would that be like conversation, or would it just be like
at the end of that song, after David Noire realizes the crowd's not feeling it, the crowd's a bit more quiet now. No one's clapping. Everyone's like kind of shocked that you're not giving props, and now you totally hear Sprocket telling you what the event is, and that Mr. Takada, it's his funeral, and he's actually dead.
So that means he is dead, and we have to extract his body.
Yeah.
So now you know, David. You know.
Make sure you mention
David
Takada!
just puts all the dots together, and he kind of mentally thinks, Grady, you are not going to enjoy that sauna if I find a way to contact you before midnight. I don't want to throw off the crowd too much. That's a thinker. As Jack.
Please say he was good man.
Yeah, put a hand up to like stop. Yeah, that's not gonna look good if you're yelling. Hey, say that he's good man. Yeah, the Takeshi guy, real. Right. Respect. What's the next move? I gotta really think about this one. All
right. Well, while you're thinking about that, let's take it back over.
I changed my electric. Yeah, wait. I changed my electric keyboard to electric piano. Right, I switch the keys. Right, go do change the preset over. Right, to more orchestra. Like think deep and brooding. This is unmarked territory for David Noire. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to make a composition roll for this or what. And I'm gonna go ahead and yell out. Now, the today is a day that we should be maybe not celebrating, a day that we should think about the world, what the world has brought us to. A day where every second, every minute we spend being crushed under the corporate foot of everything above us, where we crush those below us, and where the circle continues till everyone suffers. A day that we should have this respect for those who really need it. And kind of like point towards the other building. Don't say any name because I actually don't remember the full name as David. Right? Like, wouldn't want to fuck up the name. Point to the building and then like play into like the like like a big like orchestra piano kind of having those going on. Right. So is that a composition role and then performance?
Do you? I don't think you don't have.
I've never really done this too much. I've thought
I don't
about
think you have composition.
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
Live composing on the spot.
Yeah. Do that then. This is a completely new style you're saying then, right? Okay.
Oh
Yeah. Then give me that. But you're also gonna need to do a 1d10 again on that.
Right.
And we'll come back around to that. But back over to Gato and Bodak and Sprocket.
Yeah, she would have, as soon as he like did a proper shout out and conveyed the message, she would be like, well, I think I've done all I can here. So she's gonna like hurry over to the rest.
That could be my best show.
So that waitress said that we could go through to the room to pay our respects.
Yeah, I opened it up on Roll20. You can see it's a bunch of seating. Looks like it could, for a viewing, it could also maybe be a religious setup if it needed to be. Typical funeral home sort of setup.
So Borek's going to lower his hood and turn to the others and say, I want to go and pay my respects to the man.
I definitely think... Oh, sorry, go.
Yeah, he's just gonna turn and walk in. What he's actually doing is he's going in there to do a scanner roll and checking for security cameras and any systems. But he's going to make it look like he's paying his respects.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sprocket would also go in just to see who this Takata guy is. What's the deal with his body? How are we gonna get it out? How heavy is man? Do I have to lift whole coffin by myself? Is it bolted to floor? These are questions, Yeah.
Gato, you going in with them? Go check it out.
I'm going in with them.
Okay.
Doing as if I wanted to show my respect, but actually scouting out. Like, those are windows or those are doors?
Yeah, there's everybody give me a perception roll again for this room. Just want to see how much we notice here.
9.
Sprocket, you're young and just not paying attention, I guess. She's a young girl. She's excited to get free food. She's like, ooh, a dead body. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus eating
it's very like fancy in there. And then she's also like instructing Vlad of like the proper decorum for a funeral. And she's like, wipe that smile off face, Vlad. This is very serious. And you think, oh, don't do that smile with me, because then you'll make me smile. Vlad, I said stop.
Don't make me laugh.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that she sees the Vlad smiling. That's awesome. Hey, shout out to chat though. I wanted to say I see Pyro in there and Rex and my beautiful wife Valerie Mulligan, who plays Raven in our Wednesday ongoing stream. What's up? I know you're at work. Hopefully you're taking a break tactfully and not fucking up at work, sneaking it in, But okay, yeah, you guys go into the main hall. Nobody got a great perception, but you do notice the basics, these are windows off to the sides. These are all stained glass. These in the back seem to be regular windows off to the sides here as well. There is a wall partition that comes out from the wall here that goes across the room, but it's fully open right now. You see a bunch of seating on either side. You can see the coffin up ahead right there on the map. You see it down there at the end. There is a balcony above. Everybody notices that. There's people scattered around seating, like a family over here, a couple people here, one person there. Just praying, giving respect. Every once in a while, some people walk past you. As you're going in and looking around, they walk past you, go up to the body, kneel, pray, say some words, leave, they go by. There is a priest guy standing right next to it. Looks like he has some type of assistant next to him. But that's what you see in the room. Nobody got an amazing perception, so you're not seeing anything out of the ordinary or whatever. Just a big normal room.
Yeah. And then, as I'm kind of stood at the coffin, that's when I want to do my scanner roll.
Yeah, you can do that. You guys make your way up to pay some respect. First thing you notice is, this guy's here. Gato, you can see some of the paneling and, banners and things that are up. It definitely is paying respect to Mr. Takata. This is him. He's dead. He's in this coffin. He's a large man, a large Asian man, in a suit, obviously not moving. He's dead. So that's what you see with that. Bodak, if you want to give me your
the dead guy.
Yeah, give me your interface. Yeah, your scan.
That's not the best.
Yeah, not the best, but you can tell there are a couple systems in here. It looks like there's one coming from the event place. You can't tell where. And there's a couple coming from towards the front room somewhere up there. But that roll wasn't that great. But there are no systems in this room, in this big open sort of sanctuary viewing room.
Okay.
Sprocket might see like Bodak concentrating and being like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Bodak. I didn't realize you were close to the deceased," and like pat him on the back, thinking that he's like that he's actually like breathing, but he's just like concentrating, scanning the room. So sorry for loss.
Ben will grit his teeth and try to continue.
That's funny.
My own fault. I've got an internal cyber deck and internal eye, so I can do it without anybody realizing. But yes, I do just space out when I'm doing it.
I know it's hard time for you, Bodak. It's might ask the priest like, how did he pass? I was so sorry to hear of his death. And but I didn't hear what happened. It was old age, or I have no idea how old the man in the coffin is. But Sprocket is also a teenager. So
yeah. He looks older, but
he, like 45.
Exactly. What is he really old? Like 35 or 40?
The heart gives out.
Yeah. The priest leans in. He's like, yes. He passed from a bad heart surgery, some heart issues, but at least he went under surgery and wasn't in a lot of pain.
Yeah, that would be helping. Yes. Anyway, thank you for your information. Good luck, or as we say, chukas, for the funeral. His performance, kind of, in a sense. Anyway, I have to go. I don't know if anyone knows this, but Sprocket has a cool of 2.
Yeah, the priest kind of cringes at the uncomfortableness. He's like, "Oh, okay. Thank you." And he kind of like prays for you a little bit as you walk away.
Thank you.
When I finish the scan, I'm just going to kind of vaguely kind of catch Sprocket's eyes and just wipe the tears from Bodak's eyes, and then turn and walk out of the room, shaking his head.
All right, cool. And and back over to David. Yeah, you pull off, changing up the style of music with that roll. I see you put some luck on it there, at least bringing it up to that 15. But give me a 1d10. I just want to check that cool one more time. Because you're completely...
Back in 1 second.
Yeah.
Under the cool mod. I don't know if you're going to add any minuses to that or what, but...
Yeah, no, there you go. That's
cool
fine.
6.
Yeah, and in that case, it would be a bonus, would be considered a negative in that sense, because, if it's above. But no matter what, that was a great roll. You're pulling it off. You're coming across cool. You totally nailed it. You gave the respect, and people caught on, even though you didn't know his name. You know, you're too cool to remember the guy's name, but you pointed, you said what you did, and you did it cool. People loved it. People actually clapped.
Thank God I did that too, because I was gonna say Takeshi.
Now you got it. Everybody's digging it. Yeah, and you're coming up to the end of your set here. You know, you can finish up a couple more songs. I won't make you do a roll. You did great changing up the composition, but is there anything else you wanted to add as far as your ending performance?
I want to actually look at the crowd. What is the makeup of tonight's crowd? Because I know we're in a bit of a weird spot. The gig is weird, right? And I guess it's because Grady's literally just cramming the gig onto any plaza that he can that works with the job, right? The job comes before the gig, right? So I'm gonna talk to him about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a. Why don't you give me a perception roll? Just what you're seeing from stage while you're there, you know, and performing. I'll give you a little bit of feedback. Oh wow, killing it! Yeah, you're all amped up from the performance. Your adrenaline's blaring. You crit success that up to a 26. Yeah, you're seeing. You can tell that this event is actually part of the funeral celebration. It's all one thing. You can tell that in the crowd there are some of the families that are going in and out of the front, going through that little connected entranceway into the funeral home. There's some Yakuza chilling off to the side. A majority of the crowd, probably about, like, I would say almost 99%, seem to be Japanese descent, obviously. Very Yakuza heavy on this side of town, you know, and you are in Japantown in SanFran. But yeah, it's all kind of the same thing. I think Grady mentioned earlier, this should be an easy one because you're actually performing at the same place you're doing the gig. Well, fuck, you're performing at the actual gig that you have to do the gig at. You know what I mean? It's all the same thing. Yeah. This is it's a big Yakuza sort of crime boss celebration thing. If you know Ling Po, this was his associate that went the way of Yakuza, probably the equivalent of Ling Po.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of David Noire fans.
No, but you did win over some people. You know, that's the thing. There are some young people in the crowd with the roles you did, the performance, and the cool that, you know, clapped and got into it. You know, if you didn't have fans here, you definitely made some. Not a lot, but, you know, a handful of people were getting into it.
I don't want to compose every track. Right? I think I'll do a few other more experimental things throughout the night, but I think it's going to alternate between that and some of my more subtle tracks. Right, maybe even tone down on the because it doesn't seem to be as much of an active crowd as it is a passive crowd. That, you know, you got some people like dancing in the middle and so on, right? But it seems like it's not as much of a interactive crowd. It's not as much of a show on my side as much as it is just a thing that's, you know, happening in the background, right? If you know what I mean. It's like they hired the music for the like passive entertainment rather than active entertainment.
Totally, yeah. Definitely has that vibe.
So I'm gonna tone down the vocals more, right? And I'm going to just try and, you know, skirt through the rest of the performance. I'm probably not winning any trophies with this show. There might have been some cool stuff. It's a new step for David Noire with these new songs, but I don't think anything is particularly fantastic or good or so on.
No, but you were able to kind of change up your style, do something a little bit different. You read the room a little better as the night went on. Great perception roll. And you kind of played to the crowd, and you kind of figured out that he was dead, and you paid that respect. So as the night went on, you did better throughout your performance, I should say. Not night, because you are one of the daytime performers. There's other performers throughout the evening and night as it gets closer to midnight. But you finished up strong. You did well. Those are some great rolls. You walk off stage, people actually clap. Nobody boos, you know? And when you get off stage and you're kind of wrapping up your things and packing up and getting ready to go meet up with the rest of your team and see what they found out and what they've been doing while you're performing, a handful of those younger sort of teenagers out of the crowd do walk up and kind of give you props. A couple of them ask you, like, hey, can we get a picture with you? You know, we've never seen you perform around here before.
David Noire doesn't do pictures, and I pose.
As always. He's like, I don't do pictures. Do this side, though. You know, he's like,
but for you, I'll do it.
Like this.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite in a previous session when there's a line of people to get pictures as fans, and to each one you said, I don't do pictures.
Oh, they were autographs.
But just
Everyone
you.
was coming in.
Oh, yeah, it was autographs.
And then every single person that came in for an autograph, I don't really do autographs, but here you go. I don't really do autographs, but here you go.
Yeah. Well, you do some pictures, you win them over. You know, these handful of teenagers, they were into it. You know, so you actually have a handful of fans over here in SanFran now. And they're excited. They get some pictures and they go back into the crowd. The next performer's getting up and setting up. They seem to know them as well, and everyone's paying attention. And you're done. You're done with the equipment, got it racked up. You can put it in the van and kind of meet up with the rest of the team. While you're doing that, the rest of the team, you guys are gathered up, left the viewing, and out back towards that front foyer where the free food and shit is, and can talk amongst yourselves. Let me know. What are you all doing?
I'm going to lean up against the wall where the maintenance thing is and just do another scanner, because I think it's in that room there.
You guys know that it was actually the whole thing was supposed to be like this is all a funeral. I feel like I know that somewhere.
We know now. So
Like who calls a rocker boy to play for a funeral?
I don't. We do big send off in Volkov Family Circus. Most of our funerals involve a lot of pyrotechnics and trained parrot send off, but different cultures, I guess.
That's how I want to go. I want to go.
Oh well. Make sure if you die, call us.
I love that.
Now, so did you guys properly extract that guy out?
No, because he is extracted from life, lying in his coffin. So I guess why would we be still?
Shit. Well, then I guess we failed.
Yeah.
All right, let's back it up, boys.
No. He's dead. He's been dead this whole time. This is his funeral. Why we have to steal a dead body? Is what we're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bodak,
I guess
when you do that scan, just to fill you in, you can tell there's two systems, two separate systems coming in from over here at this mechanical janitor service closet, right next to the elevator.
Yeah, cool. I thought that's where it would be.
Yeah, there's two of them in there, but
okay.
Bodak is really hit hard by passing of Mr. Tracada, so just tread lightly, okay? Like trapeze artists. Just is there a way we can make big diversion and get everyone away from corpse, so maybe we can just push coffin out of window and get it to car or something like that?
All right. So coffin's not gonna stay here, right? We're gonna have to pull it out sometime. Can't we just ambush the guys that are pulling it out? They're gonna put it in the car or something.
We do not know when they're gonna pull it out.
All right. Wait.
That's why we need to get him out by 12, because I guess that's when he's going to be taken.
Yeah. So, why don't we do that just before 12? Right. Someone does a distraction.
Do you?
But point to myself. Someone does a distraction, but more importantly, everyone else gets some nice plush suits. Right. Walk on into the place, and then pick up the body like they're bringing it out to the car. And then maybe we hotwire the car, and maybe we hotwire the funeral car, or maybe we just throw it in the back of the van and we drive off. What are they gonna do about it?
Question: Is he's in a coffin, right, or a casket?
Yeah. No, I'm assuming out of character that they're gonna pick up the casket and they're gonna do the thing where they move it to where they have the 6 people lift it and they bring it out to the whatever.
To the hearse, yeah.
But he's a Yakuza. He's a Yakuza.
I do have another idea.
Yeah.
Do you know have you ever seen Magic Trick where it looks like man disappears in box? What we could do is maybe somehow get body out of coffin, seal up coffin, then take coffin, and we take body out.
What's the little balcony point on the map here? What is this made out of? Is there any entrances to get below the stage?
No, that's
through
just
the ground and into the coffin.
No, that's
Impossible,
just
that shit.
No, that's just like, a few inches rise up, a little platform up there. Nothing major. Yeah.
And there's mourners going in throughout the day to pay their respects to the open casket.
Yeah, people have been. People have been
once
going
we
in and
take
out
him-
all day. Yeah.
Yeah, once we take him, people are going to know he's gone. Now,
Yes, unless we found other very similar men to put in coffin, but that doesn't sound likely. So new plan.
All those Japanese guys look the same. Let's just kill someone and then throw them in the coffin.
I see PW Bine in chat says I smell a Weekend at Sato's reboot, like instead of Bernie's.
I was gonna suggest like a weekend at Bernie's, but yeah, that wouldn't deal with the fact that there's still a coffin on display unless it was shut.
so there's a
sorry.
security network in this cupboard behind me. I'm wondering if this building's got sprinklers or some other type of alarm systems, trigger alarms to try to get at least some of the civilians out in the confusion, get the coffin and get out on those back windows. But once we take this coffin, all hell's going to break loose.
Yeah.
And I don't want a firefight with a load of Yakuza and a load of families. So if we try and set something up that evacuates the building, or at least gets people up, moving away.
Yeah.
We could make big emergency, but David, do you have any big instrument cases for your performance? Because if people see us carrying coffin out, it's going to be huge giveaway. No double bass.
Unless we chop up the body into 60 or so pieces.
No, let's not do that.
Yeah, I don't.
But maybe if there's something we could put the body in to transport it, so it's not really as conspicuous as a coffin, might be a good idea. Maybe one of catering carts.
Let's just walk in there, throw the guy over our shoulder, and say we got something to do with him, and just walk on out of here. None of that stuff. This is too much thinking for me.
Catering cart, that could work. Over your shoulder.
I can talk my way out of it. I'm David Noire.
At this point, while you guys are chatting and stuff, you notice like a little bit of a commotion going on near the front door. And you see there's an older Spanish woman walking in and kind of arguing with some of the other people that are there, some of the Japanese descent-looking people, maybe a couple of the Yakuza. And you can kind of make out they're arguing, and she's talking about, no, I deserve to be here. I'm set for a private viewing. I'm supposed to be here. And if you're gonna do, and the other family kind of argues back, and Gato picks up on the Japanese of them saying, well, we don't start the private viewings until 6 o'clock. You're on the schedule. Just come back for then and then leave. Nobody wants you here. And then she says, fine, I'll be back, and she leaves.
Oh, okay.
Should we
Public
have a look? Private.
Private viewings start at 6 o'clock.
Could we sign up for one?
Perhaps.
And during that time, set off an alarm so that everyone kind of.
Hey, maybe we can just talk to her and see if we can get in on the private viewing too. Bodak looked like he was really torn up earlier. You just let him.
We could ask, but might be her time to grieve with the deceased. She might not want onlookers. Is my opinion. I don't know. But how do you? It might be a good way if there's is there a registry or something for the private viewing? Would we be able to hack our way on there? Put a little.
Yeah, I'm just gonna think. Is that woman? Gata, did you get the strong feeling that she wasn't welcome here? They were literally telling her to come back for her private viewing and get out of sight until then.
She wasn't really welcome here. They didn't want to hear. So
I'd be interested to find out why.
I'll probably just follow her and try to find out why they didn't let her in.
All right, guys. I got a nuclear option. Out of character, I got a nuclear option that I'm totally stealing from the chat. and I'm gonna do if all else fails.
What
That
are
sounds
you reading?
ominous.
You're reading, ironically, the username Pyro, saying "set fire to the building."
Upper one. That's set fire. That's inevitable. Building's probably gonna get set on fire at some point. I mean, scream that someone planted a bomb on the body, and then grab him and then rush out action hero style. Just jump through the window and have the car waiting.
That's funny. Yeah, at this point, some of the catering service people are going around with little trays of hors d'oeuvres and such, and one comes on over offering y'all food. Why don't you give me a human perception roll? Everybody can give me that.
Oh. These always go so well with my amazing empathy and cool.
That's what I just wanted to say. Loads of
David Noire.
Perception, very good.
I, David Noire, am fantastic at human perception because I can look into people's eyes, understand, really empathize with what they're feeling, and know exactly how much better I am than them.
So that's a 15 for Sprocket.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
She's got a very high empathy.
Yeah. David Noire and Sprocket, both of you pick up on the catering people that work here or that were hired to do this. When they come around to kind of give you hors d'oeuvres, you can read on their face, they're smiling. Would you want some hors d'oeuvres? But like, they're not smiling with their eyes. You can totally pick up on the fact that like the catering people don't seem happy to be here. For whatever that's worth, you pick up on that.
Do you this job, does it mean anything for you? You seem kind of down. Did you know the family or the deceased? I know it's not like an exciting thing to be catering at funeral, but yes, you seem kind of down.
Are you close with the family?
Yes.
Oh. Well, yeah, no, everything's good. Everything's good. Do you want some hors d'oeuvres?
I think that was the wrong answer. I say close in the sense that aren't we all close? Like, as people, I met them. I performed near here many years ago when I was just little baby, and yes, my family met Mr. Takada, but we have not seen since then, is what I meant.
Oh, well, yeah. He might have been nice. I don't know. I never met him, but the family, I mean, they kind of cheap. I don't know. You're hearing that from me, but they're definitely not paying us well. It kind of pissed me off here, and we're already going to be hitting overtime. I don't know. Whatever. I already said too much here. You want some hors d'oeuvres? And if you want anything else, just call for us. Kind of starts making his round.
These are perfect size for Vlad. So just like she takes like a tiny little bite-sized thing, and it's just like a perfect like.
I have a question.
Little plate for Vlad. Yes.
Rob. I have a question about our deal with our deal that we've made and our groups. Do I have, or have we, when we went and decided to do the tour, have I gotten business cards?
Is that something David Noire would have done?
I don't know. No, I don't. Unless someone got it for me. David Noire's not really the cleverest type to get that.
Yeah, no, Ling Po's people wouldn't have done that because it's kind of a front, really, for the gigs that he needs you guys to pull off anyway. So he's honestly not worried that much about making you famous. You know what I mean?
All right, then I won't say anything. Yeah. I'll pull back.
But if you have your own sort of, if you have your own stickers or cards or things you might have had in the past or whatever, I'll let that go. You are a performing musician. Most do have merch and stuff. I don't know. It's up to you. I'll let you make that call.
All right, yeah. Let me walk in as the conversation's ending. Walk in, push my way up. Excuse me. David Noire, rocker boy, God. What's a good way to word this? How much cash for the body?
You're talking to the catering person that...
Yep.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
I'm saying that I don't know about these Yakuza guys, but they don't have good taste in music. So, how much cash for you to make a big distraction? I got $5,000 right here.
Oh my god, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I don't want anything to do with this. He kind of like looks extremely nervous and kind of like walks off and keeps looking back at you as he's walking away.
Oh, well, that didn't work out.
And he goes over to the other catering person that was going around with the trays. He starts talking to them and like pointing over to you.
I figured everyone would kind of do what I said.
Oh, David,
Noire.
big joke, man. This is funeral. I know grief has hit you. She's like saying this really loud so that the caterers will hear. I know we all grieve in different ways, but you know, sometimes your dark sense of humor is not translatable to all.
It's too much. It's how I cope with the world.
Whilst they're kind of talking, Rob, and causing a bit of a ruckus, I want to take a look at this door to the maintenance room, see what's been locked on it, and is it locked?
No, it doesn't appear locked when you kind of jiggle on it.
I'm going to try and stealthily slip in whilst people are hopefully tired of looking at Noire.
Yeah, give me a stealth roll. And this will have a bit of a bonus.
Need a distraction. I
people
can
are
just
preoccupied.
walk around, interact with people. That is the distraction.
Yeah. And people are naturally distracted, honestly. So I'm going to give you a bonus on that, anyways. But that was a decent roll. Door wasn't locked. You're able to kind of just slide in there. You see a bunch of like cleaning materials, mop and bucket style shit. Also some tools and mechanical panels and such that lead to like maybe the electricity of the building and things like that. It definitely is a mechanism in a janitor closet. There's also a little door there off to the side that looks like it says like elevator engine room or whatever. So it's all the controls to the elevator right there. Plus those two systems are in there. And cleaning supplies.
I'll shut the door behind me and I'll take a look at this. So there's two systems, isn't there?
Yeah. It looks
is it obvious?
What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, is it obvious what they are? Like, is one the elevator and one something else, or?
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's one that's coming from a panel on this wall right here next to the elevator engine room, and then one that's more on the panel of the back wall. So obviously the one that's over here is that's in the elevator mechanic room. It probably is the one that goes to the elevator, if there was a control to that.
So I'll just radio Gato quick then and tell him that I'm in the maintenance room. I've got access to one of the networks. I'm gonna have a look and see what I can find here.
Okay. Look whether you find something that either gets us in there alone with him, or if you can find something with which we can clear the area, like sprinklers and so on and so on.
That's the plan.
I don't want the body.
Just I don't know, might it be a thing to like ask Grady why he wants a dead body?
Yeah, because he never gave us any details. He never said like whether it needs to be quiet or whether he wanted the body in one piece or.
Yeah.
Like if it's a respect thing and they want the body like as a whatever, then because I don't know if they want the body out of respect. Maybe the person. Maybe this is all a show, right? Maybe the people that are burying him right now are people he actually like didn't get along with, right? Then I'd understand why they'd want the body. But if it's like a antagonistic thing, like they want to cut off the guy's tongue or they want his head or something, then we don't need the full body for that.
Well, we only have the information,
or maybe it's a chip or something in him. Yeah.
And I guess there will be something. Either it's a sign of power for him, for Ling Po, or there must be something he has in the body that he wants to have.
If we knew the reason, it might make this easier.
Should we call Grady's agent and see why he wants body? And
Grady-
maybe that will help.
Grady doesn't want the body. It's Ling Po who wants the body.
Oh, yes. Well, do you have his number? Good call.
I have Cater's number, and I already know Cater's answer if I ask him. He'll tell me, shut the fuck up and get the body.
Okay, so I guess we get body.
I guess so too.
Yeah. Bodek, do you have any information on getting people in, or getting us in, or getting people out?
Not yet. I will do once I can get into the mainframe.
Yeah, we can go over to, since everybody's having that discussion, let's take it back over to Bodak. You got in that room, you got these two systems. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so the one that's on the wall in the Genesis room, I want to jack into it first of all.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. You get up into the first level. You're facing a password 8.
Yep. So activate back door. And then I'm going to try to do the password.
Nice. Yeah, you break through. That's your third action there, right? You only have 3, right?
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah, so the rest of you are out in the foyer. People are hanging out, socializing, same as it's been going. And it's still, doing public viewings. People are coming and going. You're aware Bodak's in that room, stealthily snuck in there, trying to get into the system. While he's digging around in the system, is there anything else anybody else wants to do? Otherwise, I'll get back to him.
Yeah, we're right now we're just trying to get as much information as possible because if we try and make a plan right now, it is the nuclear plan, no matter how stealthy and subtle we are.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I maybe want to continue talking to those caterers and just kind of ask I've been thinking of career shift, maybe lateral career shift, and I'm very interested in making people happy. Food makes people happy, and mainly what I want to try and find out is where they're parked, how they're getting, because they would have access, that's kind of direct, so that you're not pulling, huge vats of ice or fish or whatever through the main area where people are walking. If they have a little kind of route so they can bring their food in, where they're parked, and if they have some kind of cart that would be big enough to dash a guy,
Yeah, give me
folded.
Do you have conversation?
I do.
Yeah, give me that.
It's not great, but I'm really hoping maybe on the 7 empathy to kind of carry this. Oh, that's not fucking bad. 16?
Nice.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, the guy's kind of, paying attention, and it's kind of working on him a bit, this conversation, and yeah, he explains, we've got the row of our vans are out front. That's where we've been pulling everything. These people are so cheap, they wouldn't even set us up with the mobile kitchen or anything to work with. We're just heating up in here with the trays. We've been pulling them in through that side access. So this little covered area, these 2 doors open up to kind of a covered walkway that leads to the big event building. But if you go out there, aside from the cover, there's no walls. So they've just been going out there and over to the vans that are lined up over here in the parking lot, off to the side. So we've just been pulling stuff in and out of there when we need to. But I'll be happy to get the fuck out of here. These people are so fucking cheap.
Well,
But yeah, if you're looking for a job or something, I mean, we could, if you want to leave me your contact, or I don't know, our supervisor didn't even come in today. She didn't want to deal with it, but I mean, you leave me your info, I'll pass it on.
sure. I mean, if you also need any, help lifting anything, that looks quite heavy over there. That box. I bet she might if someone if there is something that needs to be lifted, like a fresh tray onto, the serving area, she might just quickly lift it and be like, You know, I appreciate the work you do. You're all very, very, important people in our society. If we don't have food, we don't eat, and we're not happy. So I appreciate work you do, and maybe we talk more later.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can tell you're strong as hell. Maybe at the end you can help us unload. You know, we got to carry all this shit out to the vans later, and you could probably do it all in one trip. That'd be great.
Yes, I'll unload everything. Yeah, even stuff that's not meant to be there. Anyway, bye!
Okay.
Well, I've given the game away.
Yeah, he laughs and carries on.
He's just like, weird. Anyway.
Yeah, a little off, but all right. She's strong. Guess we can use the help. He carries on.
Yeah, so that's an option worth investigating.
Yeah, and Bodak,
let's see the net now.
Yeah, you're getting into the system here. If you look over to the right of the map, you'll see I've got a system there. And you're right there in level 1. You beat beat that DV8, and that's where you're at. So what's up?
So I want to do a Pathfinder roll.
Yeah, go for it.
So I keep losing the interface.
Nice, that was great. Yeah, you can tell with that roll. You can tell. You're basically looking at a level 2, and then that splits into 2 options for level 3, a right and a left, and then it goes down to a level 4. And you can tell that on those on that level 2, since that's such a great roll on that Pathfinder, you're seeing there's a scorpion there on level 2. But on the 2 different level 3s, you can tell there's 2 different types of black ice on each one, but you can't tell which type on which one or what. On the 4th level, you can see that there's some type of control node and file.
Okay. So what did I do? That was Pathfinder, so that was 1. Speedy Gonzalez and Armor. And that's my 3 actions for this round.
Okay, cool. Everyone's hanging out. We can expedite this and just kind of streamline it. If anybody has anything that they do want to do other than waiting for Bodak to get through the system, just interrupt and let me know. Otherwise, back to the system. So go for it, Bodak.
In real time might go to the bathroom as Ellen the player goes to the bathroom.
Yeah, we'll just do a 5-minute bio break actually and hop back because I could hit the little boys' room myself. Quick little break, everybody. We'll be right back. All right.
Whoa.
Thank God.
I was glad you called that because I sat here cross-legged and I was thinking, I'm going to have to do all this interfacing and I'm dying.
Yeah. I kind of love net running, like when we, especially because when we record Roll to Cast, we do it in kind of 3 very long full days, so kind of like 10 to 6 role playing, so that we can kind of get most of our stuff done, and then if we realize that the story isn't over, then we'll fit in a little extra session. But it's kind of go very intense. So like when our netrunner Wax was doing all his interfacing, I was like, oh fucking Jesus Christ, thank you, because I it's so mental. I'm sure like it's so mentally taxing sometimes, like just being on and trying to make a story together.
Yeah, I love netrunning in this. I love as well the fact that I can still see the real world. So even though I am zoned out, I can choose to be in either of the two, which is nice.
Yeah.
And
I think the net running in Red is so cool. It's so streamlined compared to 2020.
Yeah. So rewarding when you're doing it as well. And we do try to streamline it. We do try to get through the net running as quick as we can so that we can still keep the main duration of the story going, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of works to just like, okay, net run, go. Here's my 3 actions. What do I do? Slide, this, that. Because I guess it's reflective of how fast everything is moving in the net and how fast the turns are as well.
That's it. And the first couple of sessions, we did kind of go into the description of what my avatar looks like, and when I summon the sword, it's like random. We kind of did all the description, but now we just try to get through it.
Yeah. Do you have a special kind of sword?
Yeah. So Bodak is actually it's a Celtic bugbear. It's a Celtic little demon. So my avatar is this little furry horned demon. And,
fantastic.
You know what we should do?
I need to do a picture of it at some point, but.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be cool to make an avatar, something that you can change to when you hit the net. Yeah, and the other thing too, we didn't do it here. Let me get it back. We're all back now. Let's get back. People can see us. Hey, what's up? We're live again. Yeah, you know what we didn't do, and what I would like to do. We kind of explained our characters, but we didn't explain the look. And I would kind of wanted to do that, and kind of skip that. We did a breakdown, but let's just do a quick explanation of what each of you are looking at each other. You know what I mean? What you guys are wearing. And Bodak, when you explain, why don't you explain what you're wearing, but then also your whole avatar, like when you're in a system, what does that look like? But break it down for us. You start it off, Bodak.
Cool. So Bodak is in his mid-30s. He's got a beard, very obvious cyber eyes, and EMP tracing that kind of goes over parts of his face. He wears a kind of black tunic that's sleeveless and a hood. But it has kind of like hex carbon fiber patterns that are in a green color that kind of like shimmer over the clothing as he moves, and as he acts, the images all kind of move and get lighter and darker in different parts of his torso. Tattoos down just down his right arm now, because his left arm has now been replaced with a new cyber arm. It's got his deck built into it. And whenever he can, he's always got a large katana strapped to his back. His trusty pistol on his holster at his side. When he goes into the net, though, he turns into a small, squat little bugbear. So kind of like a little furry demon with 2 large horns, and he kind of fights with a flaming saber.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. Now, Gato, what does Gato look like today? Describe him so we all know.
Today he's also wearing black, like the generic chic he normally wears. Black shirt, black jeans, boots. His hair, as it's tack hair, and he can change color and length of the hair. Today, he tried to make it look a bit like the Japanese style right now, or actual Japanese style at the time in Night City, as he knows how has got this Japanese familiarity because of his fixer role. But he knows what the Japanese in Night City like to wear and look like at the moment. So he tried to sculpture it a bit in that direction.
Perfect. David Noire?
All right.
Uh-oh.
Close your eyes for a second and imagine perfection, right? Yeah, you got it. David Noire wears black. He wears a leather jacket with that has some. Not as much of a leather jacket as it is like a motocross jacket with it's got that plating in it. Right, it's got like the slightly rigid like shoulder bits, right, the pads, right. He's got these acid washed jeans. With some like puffy bits for the knee, showing that he does indeed have some sort of combat armor, though it's subtle, right? And he has over his head this helmet-like structure that has a rotating feed of things. I've had the same. I changed it once or twice, like a few months ago, and then David Noire just kind of forgot he had the helmet on and just has left the same feed on since.
Very cool.
Sprocket?
Well, Sprocket is physically she's huge. She's like like around 6 foot, and she is very, very muscly. She's got kind of like the body of a power lifter, but she's got like such a young, naive face and really kind of frizzy, kind of orange brunette hair. She's got like a gap tooth and just like bright blue eyes. What she's wearing is kind of like, she knows that she's kind of got to be her Sunday best, but don't forget that her Sunday best is also a carny, essentially. So I think she's got some kind of like loose-ish kind of like linen pants that are kind of like a bit ruched around the knees so that, she can kind of move very easily. She'll probably have like knee-high boots, because who knows what she's going to be wading in, shit, ashes, all sorts, whatever she might encounter. And she has like probably like a kind of sweater, like an old school kind of like textile knitted sweater, with like a vest over it. And I think it probably have like diamond patterning, maybe like a pretty garish combination, like pink and green, and nice. She's trying to blend in.
Yeah, as best as the carny can.
This is her fancy wear.
Yeah. That's fine. And I know we already went over the characters a little bit at the beginning, but I did want to dive at least a little bit more into the outfits there for fun, and since we're coming back from a break too.
Vlad is naked.
And Vlad is naked, except for a tiny little top hat.
Yeah, milady. He's mainly a white rat, but he has a lot of grey patterning.
Hell yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
So he's wearing fur.
Sorry, he's wearing fur.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, yeah, you guys are hanging out, Bodax in the system. Sprocket, when you ran to the little girl's room over there, when you were in there, there's a maybe a little bit older than you, maybe young 20s or so, Japanese young woman in there, covered in tattoos, including face tattoos and everything. And it looks like she's got a couple bumps of synth coke there, and she's doing one. And when you come, she's like, "Oh, you want one?"
In the funeral?
Yeah. This is Yakuza territory.
No, I'm trying to cut down on sugar. I just need to use the bathroom.
Oh, okay. And she kind of like snooty rolls her eyes and goes back to doing it. Why don't you give me...
cool of 2, everyone.
Yeah. Give me a perception roll here. This is a little contested thing I want to check.
Oh. Cool. 11.
Nice, yeah. That was a little contested roll to see when you turn to kind of go into the stall after telling her no. You get a feeling she kind of like when you turn, quickly kind of tries to reach into your pocket. She's trying to pickpocket you when you turn your back. And you feel it. You're catching her trying to pickpocket you.
I don't have anything. I don't have any sugar. Oh, hang on, no, wait. And she like reaches into her pocket and she pulls out, which would probably be covered in like lint and whatever crap she also has in her pocket, but she's got a blini. She just shoved one into her pocket because she was like, oh, I'll better be on the road and better pack snacks with me. So she's like, if you want Bellini, here you go. It's
No.
it's not as
No, I'm
it's
okay.
just
I'm okay. Yeah.
it's just baked treat. It will go very nice with powdered sugar.
No, sorry. You had something on you. I was just knocking something on. You had a bug on you or something. She turns around and starts doing some more coke. She seems a little bit shocked that you caught her.
That is red, but okay. No, never mind. I need to go to the bathroom. She just kind of dashes for the loo.
All right, back to
I thought you were gonna
Bodak.
make it your thing to say like, all right, goodbye now. After each conversation.
To go.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, Bodak, back to you. You're back. You're in the system here.
Yeah, so I'm dropping down to the second floor, and I need to make a speed roll,
Yep.
don't I? 'Cause
Yeah,
Scorpion
exactly.
died. Lucky me.
9.
11.
Nice. You beat it. Facing a scorpion.
Yep. So as soon as I materialize, I'm gonna summon that flaming sword and take a swipe at it.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Gotta beat a 6. Nice. Give me the damage. It's a hit.
And then I'll follow it up with a zap.
Yeah. Gotta beat a 4. Yep.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, this scorpion's hanging on by a pixel, literally.
Cool. I'll take a final zap at it then. I hope I'm taking it out.
It's trying to dodge you. Nice. Yeah, it's a hit. You can describe how you destroy it. Oh, and you did a 1. It had 1 left. That's so funny.
I was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, gonna take a couple of a slash with the sword, I guess, and then kind of like my avatar does a little backflip back and holds out his hands, and 2 little bolts of lightning fly from its palms and strike the scorpion.
Nice. It explodes. Yeah, you're facing a level 3. You have 2 options.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can either go left or right with these.
But one of the level 3s had a black ice but went nowhere else. But the other level 3 goes down to the level 4 and that has the file and the.
No. Both level 3s go to level 4.
Okay.
And both have black ice, but you don't know what type or what.
Yeah. So which node has a level 5 then? Because one of them will always be longer. Or did my Pathfinder not tell me that?
No. This just has the 4 levels.
Okay. I thought one always was lower because that's the one that you planted viruses and things on.
Yeah, the level 4.
Okay.
It goes level 1, level 2. That splits into 2 level 3s, and then those go down to a level 4.
Get you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Fine.
So you pretty much have an option here. You can either go left or right for your level 3.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to pause now anyway because that was my 3 actions with my 2 zaps and a sword. But I will drop down. I'll go left.
Okay, yeah, you go left. You're basically facing a hellhound. And it just starts repeating your name and, snarling at you. So give me your speed there, and let me just reveal it right here. Since we actually have these in the system, you can see they're on the map. But yeah, give me your...
Oh, is that bad? That it knows his name?
Yeah, that's just what
11.
hellhound.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sound good.
It gets the jump on you. Does 8 damage directly to your HP and catches you on fire unless you have insulated wiring.
I have insulated wiring, and I'm going to let my armor go, so I take 4 physical.
Okay, cool. And that's it. Your turn.
Yep, so summon the sword.
That's a hit.
And then follow up with 2 zaps.
Yeah.
23, that's a definite hit.
Yep. Next one needs to be the 6. Yep.
Yeah.
Do your next one.
So I did that, it's not into it. There we are.
Yep. Hit. Give me the damage.
5.
All right, cool. It does that. Everyone else is hanging out. Not much is changing. Everyone's just eating, drinking, socializing, and such. But it's right when we're getting back to Bodak and he's getting more into the system. You do notice that the employees of the funeral home, there's like two women are wheeling the casket out of the main room, and they pass you and they go into that side private room where they say they do the changing, and it's the private employee room or whatever of the funeral home. And the employees basically take him into there. And you hear some chatter, people announcing that they're probably going to be starting up the private viewings soon.
Okay, which one of the rooms is that?
Right here.
Okay.
The one next to the stairs.
Might be kind of worth striking up a conversation with the funeral workers and asking them where body is going after private viewings. Is it going back into public area, or is it going to a different destination for burial or cremation?
It's not that weird.
Yeah, the employee just kind of like pulls out a pamphlet and hands it to you, and she's like, here's the schedule, and says it in Japanese, and then says, yeah, we're doing private viewings after we get them ready, and then it's the end of the night. We take them in here for cremation, and then the family's picking them up, and they take them into the private room.
Okay, so we have like a schedule of where the body will be.
Yeah, if you look at
kind of any given time.
Yeah, and the schedule kind of matches what she said, that they're changing them now. Then I guess they're wheeling them back to where the viewing was for private viewings. And on the pamphlet, it shows, the scheduling after 6 p.m. leading up to almost midnight. It looks like it goes to about 11. They do private viewings that are scheduled. I guess people scheduled those. Then after that, they do like some final ceremony, goodbye thing. It says on the pamphlet between 11 and midnight. And then at midnight is the cremation and the family pickup.
Yeah.
And
so that's why we need to get in.
Yeah, if you guys, anybody have deduction? You can give me that.
I think so.
Yeah, roll deduction. Give me that if you have it, at least. Try to put some of these things together for you. See if you figured it out.
All the parts, they're connecting.
Deduction, here it is. 18.
Nice. Yeah, it seems like, they're going to do their private viewings, then they're doing their final, goodbye for everyone to see him, some final ceremony. And then they're going to cremate him at midnight. You do remember seeing the big smokestack coming out of this funeral home. This is, the dark future. Everything's kind of encompassed in one thing, from the event to the potential sanctuary for a wake, if it's a religious sort of funeral, or just a regular viewing, funeral home, and full-on cremation they can do here. So it seems like they're going to wheel him.
Family watch. Oh, sorry.
What were you
Are
saying?
the family watching the cremation? Because that, that's a practice now. That you can have a little window into the cremation, but is that going to be a public thing, or is it like we take him away, we'll cremate him, and then we'll give him back to you?
Yeah, I have no idea. You would, have to dig around for that, or ask find out.
Ask around.
Yeah, there's no telling, but what Gato is figuring out from the schedule and things being said and what you're seeing is that obviously the private viewings go on for the next handful of hours, then some ceremony, then they wheel him into that private room for a cremation. You can also deduct that, where that smokestack is, it's coming down kind of where that private room is. So it sounds like where they're changing him and doing that, they're also going to cremate him from in there. And then the family picking him up or viewing it, or who knows how that goes down. But you can tell it's all kind of happening here. And yeah, you're right in thinking that's why you got to make get him by midnight.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna tell to the rest of the party. I'm starting to get a little impatient here. I don't know about all of you, but I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of a few Yakuza. I'm gonna give it 30-40 minutes, and unless we come up with a better plan, I say we just kick down the door of the room, grab the body, and then one of you guys pull the van out front. We just drive out of here.
In what room are the
Maybe even start a little fire. That'll be good for distraction.
In what room will be the private viewings?
The black one.
No. That's where they cremate and do that. They're actually going to set the body. They're wheeling him back in here.
Okay.
And then pulling across that room divider that cuts across right here. You can see in the front.
Okay.
And that kind of separates off that portion of the big room from the rest of the room. And then people have their scheduled time. They can go back there and spend time with the body.
With the elevator, I get to the balcony, right?
Yeah.
Does it go down too?
No.
Okay.
No, it goes up. It also goes to the roof as well. It has a service, but it requires an extra code to get up to the roof.
Okay, but I can get to the balcony.
Yeah. You can either take the stairs or the elevator, and that goes up to the balcony. Up there is pretty much an open foyer, and then leading into the balcony that overhangs that big sanctuary room. You can kind of see that dotted line in the map of where the balcony starts, the upper level.
How high is that?
It's pretty high. Think of a second story, so it's probably, at least 4 or 5 meters up.
Okay. Are there many people on the balcony? Well, I'll go upstairs and check that.
Yeah, you can go up and kind of take a look around and check it all out. Bodak, let's get back to you in this system.
Yeah.
Now you got to give me your interface, because once you start off, black ice starts at the top.
Yeah, so it's going to go first.
Yeah, I got a 10. Goes to defender.
Yeah, actually that was a 12 because I rolled interface rather than the speedy, but I would anyway, so that's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Go for it. It's your turn.
Yeah. Activate sword again. It's only an 8 this time.
Oh, I got an 8. Goes to defender.
Okay, and then 2 zaps. 15.
Yeah, give me both of them.
And a 9.
Both are a hit.
Cool. 1 and a 6.
Yeah, that last shot killed him. You can describe it if you want.
Awesome. Again, I kind of slam 2 bugbear hands onto the side of the hellhound's heads and pass a lightning bolt between its ears. Depixelize it.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mark the scope. Nice. Well, yeah, you're looking at... and those are your 3 rounds right there. You did both zaps, right? First one was a miss, yeah. All right, cool. Gato, you get up to the balcony. Just like the other room, there's, some scattered families, maybe about, 12 to 15 people up here in little mini groups, hanging out, some praying, some just talking. The balcony overlooks the whole room. You can see the priest assistant and priest kind of pulling the divider across the main room down there when you look down. Looks like they're definitely preparing for the private viewings or whatever.
Okay.
We could possibly pose as the cremation team. I don't know. You generally need someone kind of big and burly to load the body onto the tray that kind of slides in. It's risky.
We could also, when the people go out to get him back inside, we could
look. All I'm saying, gentlemen, is the path of least resistance, right? And by that I mean the path that I have to think the least amount for.
I was gonna say David Noire's the path of least resistance. David Noire's like, which means me versus 100 Yakuza.
I'll take on 100. You guys can move the body. You're strong, right?
We have a saying in old country, which is "Kto nie riskuje, tot nie pьет шампанское." You know? She's not gonna explain.
See, you curse them. I get it. You curse them.
No, it's not what I meant. We should get to that body somehow. Maybe in the changing of events. I think.
Right. Wait, give me a second. Bodak, how's it going? You getting anything new?
Let's get back to Bodak. All right, you just killed that that hellhound.
Yeah, I can hear people talking, but I'm kind of also blissfully in cyberspace and just ignoring.
Yeah, it sounds like we're a bunch of. It sounds like we're all we have the Alvin and the Chipmunks filter over our voices.
And some
Because everything's 3 times slow or faster.
and some inspirational words or catchphrase or ancient saying in Russian that wasn't explained to you apparently.
Nah.
But yeah, back to you, Bodak. You're facing you can drop down to the bottom level, about level 4.
Yeah, which I shall do because
Yep.
there wasn't a dice.
Yeah, you drop down there. You're looking at a control node 8, a file ID 8, and there's also a wisp hanging out down there.
Ah,
So
crap, I
give me your
didn't see the
speed.
Okay. Gonzalez this time.
6.
13.
Yeah, you beat it.
Cool. So same routine then. Sword, which is
Yeah.
13 to hit.
If you want, give them to me in a row. Yeah.
So sword 13.
That's a hit.
Zap 10.
That's a hit.
Zap 13.
And that's a hit. Great. All are hit. See. Oh wait. Oh, there's a 0 there. That was a mistake. Okay.
I double tap the button.
Yeah, yeah. Give me your damages.
So for the sword.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah, he's hanging on by a pixel. Yeah, you destroyed him with that first zap, so good to go.
cool.
Yeah, you just annihilate this little wisp in this pathetic attempt to protect the control node. It seems like they were relying on the other black ice, but this one was just kind of hanging. But yeah, you're in order to streamline things, we can kind of skip orders of things. You're facing this ID, file and control node.
So let's have a look at this file first. So I'll just do my ID. 8.
Yeah, you get typically to defender on that, but we'll get it. It's an 8. We don't, since we're streamlining this. Yeah, you're looking at security cam footage. There's definitely security cams in here. You didn't notice them earlier. As you know, security cams were, they have a DV17 to see. Nobody was able to kind of pinpoint them out, but you're seeing them through the system. You're seeing that there's basically a security camera in the main room. It's kind of in the center, hanging off the edge of the balcony. You can see the priest and the assistant pulling the room divider and closing off that portion of the room. You can't see the body, beyond that with the security camera. There's also another security camera upstairs showing you can see into the balcony and the foyer up in the top level and the stairs leading up and the elevator leading up. There's also a camera in the front foyer. You can see your team hanging out, talking to each other outside of the janitor closet there. There's also a security camera out front of the front door and out front of the side door in that covered sort of area. But that's what you're seeing with the security cam footage being fed into there. So obviously that control node probably has a security cameras feeding that to it. There's also a list of sales, like just generic funeral home paperwork sort of stuff, sales, inventory, scheduling, staff list. You do notice, we can see first, you see a schedule for the viewing, for the private viewing. And the staff list, you can see has a shitload of names and dates that have been older and changed. So you can definitely tell that the staff has a high turnover rate. But that's what you're looking here.
Okay, cool. Then I'll have a look at this control node, see what I've got there. So
give me the roll
again.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
9.
Yeah, you're looking at a sound system for the main sanctuary room and an intercom system throughout, inside and out. You're also looking at light controls inside and out, locks for the doors, locks for the windows, the cameras, all the security cameras you have access to through this. You also see a mini drone swarm, so possibly just their little version of security system. There's also a fire suppression system and something labeled safe access.
Cool. Okay.
We set all of them off all at once.
Yeah.
So now I know what I've got. I will radio through to them and tell them that I've got access to the viewing schedule. So if we want to do a viewing, I can get us added in there. I've also got a list of all the staff so we can either try and target a member of staff, or maybe even get ourselves added
Yeah.
on if we want to.
Give us a viewing.
Also got access to all of those different systems. So all the lights, cameras. There's a drone swarm and a fire system so we can activate the fire system and release all the locks.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
so that
we should definitely turn off cameras because whatever we'll be doing will be up to no good, and don't want any of that captured.
Yeah, perhaps.
Oh, sorry, you go.
Yeah, perhaps you first stay in there, and we try to get one of those viewings, and we might. What else do you have? Well, okay, you tell us all the things that you can do, like locking and unlocking the
all access
window.
to the sound and intercom systems, to the lights, to the locks on both doors and windows, so I can open up those windows in the back room, the viewing area, to the cameras, which are located, and I'll tell you where they are. So again, it's the main room, but you can't see where the coffin is now the screens are shut. Upstairs balcony, the front foyer, you're all on camera now, out front, and the side area.
And
Alright.
the staff list. You have access to the staff list, which has a high turnover rate.
Access
So-
to the drone swarm, fire system, safe access, but I don't know where the safe is. And yeah,
Do you have access to the PA system?
yes.
Not in the other room. The one in this funeral home, not the main hall. If you remember when Bodak did a little
Yeah.
scan earlier, there's a separate system coming from that entertainment hall.
Yeah.
Everything I'm talking about is this building, the funeral building.
Yeah.
That might be good, anyways. But get us a viewing, 100%. And
It might also be. Oh, sorry, go.
Yeah, get us a viewing, 100%. And do you think you could? Do you think there's any way, look to the group? Do you think there's any way we could get like a bag, some big bag, or some sort of disguise? I'm thinking of just playing the oh, my friend's drunk kind of thing and just pulling him out of there.
Well,
Maybe turn off the fire alarm and stuff.
I think what might be good is while we're in there, we make big noise, we have everything go off, everyone is in panic. Maybe we could also get some of us added to staff list, so we have means to take body away in emergency.
easier to
If
get,
building is
It's easier to get
Yeah.
listed as staff than it is to get the outfits. Oh shit, that's too smart for
yeah.
David. Never mind, I don't say that.
what about?
I'll add you to the list, but you're going to have to rely on Gato to get you outfits.
Well,
Okay.
What about just getting us one of those private viewings, and as soon as we are in there, you lock the doors to that room, you open the window, you start the fire suppression. Can you take control of the swarm of the drones?
I can, and I'm thinking like your idea. So when you're in there, we can lock access to that room, turn off cameras, open up the windows. Do we even necessarily need to activate the alarm? Literally, you could potentially quietly get the coffin out of the room. If something goes wrong, then I can
then-
activate.
Outside.
Then you activate the alarm and you activate the swarm to.
Look, my question. Okay, sorry to interrupt, but why do we need the coffin? We just need the guy.
Yeah, we do not
Well,
need the.
Yeah.
We just
Coffin will
take
be
the guy
really
with
hard
us.
to sneak out.
Well, question.
We'll wrap him in those blankets they have at the walls, and we'll put him take him through the window, and then as soon as we're out of the window, we can start the alarm and noise inside of this building, so that everybody is going to have eyes on that building and not what's happening outside of the building.
Question: the window out of the little viewing room. Where
Yeah.
does that go exactly? Because it might be more prudent for Sprocket to go get her car and bring it closer,
Yeah.
so that she's down on the ground. She can shove the body in, either their RV or her car.
Yeah.
While a lot of distraction is going, and then they can kind of slip out of the room also.
Yeah, in the back of the sanctuary, where those regular, not the stained glass on the sides, obviously, but the regular windows in the back. When they close off that area for the private viewing, those are the windows you were referring to. But yeah, we can say Sprocket makes some rounds. Maybe before you guys went in earlier, you made your rounds all the way around the building. But yeah, out front's a bunch of parking. Off to the side where the entertainment. That's kind of the back of the building. The parking lot does pull around back there, but there's no parking. There's an old dumpster back there, a bunch of garbage and old pallets from old construction that they did. You could probably pull your car. Probably the RV wouldn't fit back there, but your car would. Luckily you brought it. The car would pull back there.
Great. I think that's what Sprocket should do. She's going to explain that in her very silly, whimsical way, but probably is not as concise as player Ellen saying it.
Yeah, that sounds like a smart plan. There was a lot of big words that you used there that I didn't quite understand, but I could dig it.
Thank you. I've been learning. No, I learned all of myself, Vlad. Shut up.
You have to look, and you also speak the language, so it makes you down as the person paying your respects. You'd be far more feasible than anybody else.
Yeah, I will. I'll be the one going there and paying the respect. I'll actually the RV isn't that far away, is it?
No. The RV and Sprocket's vehicle are both parked in the side parking lot near the event building or whatever.
Yeah, so I could actually go there and, if I needed to, and adjust my outfit so that it looks a bit more funeral.
Umba.
Yeah, you can do that. You can go there and change up a little bit and prepare. What's everybody else doing?
I'll prepare and yeah, and then I'll just go back there and I'll pose as someone who wants to pay his respect.
Yeah, you can do that.
Give me a name.
Cool.
All right. And I got a question for Sprocket.
Bodak was asking though first, Gato for a name. Obviously, he wants to change the private viewing schedule.
Name.
Justin
Johnny
Timberlake.
Griever. General Grievous.
I like that one.
Mr. Takata. Wait, no. Like first name that comes to mind, Mr. Takata. Oh shit.
Wait, what's the name? What was the name of our boss in IMG? That was Mr. Blue.
Yeah, Mr. Blue and his number 2.
Yeah, Mr. Blue.
What's the name of the number 1?
You never met number 1. You only met his number 2.
We didn't even get his name. Okay, then I'll just take the Mr. Blue. So if anyone gets framed, it's IMG.
Okay. Nice.
Hey, don't fuck with us, right?
Fantastic.
You don't want to even use cloak on this. I almost want IMG to realise that we screwed them over again. But yes.
Hey, no. That's not the thing. That's not the thing. But if the Yakuza is angry about...
But the Yakuza will be anyway. But yeah, so Mr. Blue is going to have a scheduled private farewell set up on the schedule.
Yeah, you can do that. You can wedge it in, shift a couple people. It's not like the full hours are taken every minute or whatever. You slide them in. You're able to work them in.
Yeah. I'll set that up.
Cool. I'm gonna go get my car and park it round the back.
Yep.
And you just call me, or I'll know when the body drops onto the hood of my car.
We're not much for thinking.
Yeah, let's radio and communicate. Like, okay, body's coming out.
Yeah.
Big arms, Sprocket. Get ready.
Yeah. Whilst I'm waiting, then, Rob, and I've got time, I'm going to take some extra time to actually start writing a virus into the system as well.
Okay, what do you want to do?
So I want it that when I leave, I can obviously use Cloak. But once I activate Cloak, I also want it to then delete all of the camera feeds and turn off all of the cameras.
Okay. Yeah, give me... we'll say that'll take you at least a couple rounds. It'll be a DV of 10.
Yeah.
Pretty difficult, but, you know, average for shit you do. I also see Sprocket's housemate Spitfire has entered the chat. He has woken up. So Baby Beard Media is officially in the Twitch chat. What's up? Shout out to Baby Beard Media.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah, anyone that didn't catch the intro, that's where Ellen's from. Joining us for our one shot today. Bringing her character Sprocket over for a bit of an origin story to her first time being an edge runner. But yeah, were you able to beat that 10?
Do it now. I'm going to put some luck into it as well because I really don't want to be caught. Footage. I've got 2 points of luck into this.
Okay.
Oh, you.
Well, yeah. You have to give it another shot. Luckily, you do have some time. You know, Sprocket's pulling the car around. Gato is checking out the balcony and coming back down. David Noire is pimping out, being a god somewhere in the foyer. So we can give it another shot. Let's go for it.
We got an 11 this time. We'll go for that.
There you go. Hell yeah. Nice.
Bravo.
David Noire is packing doggy bags for us.
Yeah. Yeah, you set it up. Cameras are... what exactly did you want the virus to do again? You want it to completely stop the camera footage or destroy the footage it's feeding?
Immediately stop the cameras, but also delete the entire record of what the cameras have been recording.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
So,
Success.
Footage of us getting in and no footage of us leaving.
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, you know that. Anything else you want to do to set up for the plan or anything in the system?
Well, the cloak I'm going to do when I leave. Drone, and the fire suppression system I'll activate as I need them.
All right, cool.
So no, at the moment, just literally monitoring and just making sure that everything's going as it should do.
Yeah, no stress. You got all that done. You're set up. Sprocket pulled around back. There are a couple guys back there drinking and smoking and hanging out. A couple of Yakuza-looking guys. They notice you pull up, but they don't even really pay you any mind. They're just back there kind of doing their own thing. Probably walked back there to party or talk or something for a moment, but they are back there. Aside from that, David, Gato, you guys are hanging out in the foyer front area. Everyone's just mingling, networking, as always. You do see that they wheel Mr. Takada's body back out of that little private room, and he's, wearing some elaborate sort of robe thing or something. You can't make it out, but as they go by, you definitely notice they changed him up. There's some new tapestries or drapings or something across the coffin as well, all gold laced and such, but they wheel him back and pull him back behind the divider and close it off, and he's basically back there. And you see a couple people kind of walk up, and the priest and assistant, they kind of like check some type of paperwork or clipboard, and the first people go back. It seems like they're starting the private viewings.
Okay.
And you guys are free to talk to each other. Let me know what your plan is. This is what's going on. You guys are kind of at that moment.
Well, I gotta get rid of these Yakuza guys. I might kind of approach them and go, excuse me, this area I'm using to a few of the toilets have broken in the building, and so the best way to get rid of waste is now to just I'm going to be using this area to kind of pump into dumpster directly. I don't know, maybe you have face masks, but it's going to be very, very smelly and not nice area. I know you are smoking, so you probably want somewhere nice to, enjoy, have a break. Yes, just thought that you should know that human shit will be in this area in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, one of the guys looks confused, like he doesn't understand what you're saying, and the other one just kind of goes, "What the fuck?" And he like looks at the other guy and starts speaking to Japanese to him. Then he looks back to you. Give me your persuasion. Seems like only one of them understands English.
How much? How much time?
Oh God!
Till our private
Bardic
view-
inspiration. No.
Your private viewing, you can Bodak can slip that in wherever you want. He can put that sooner or later. You can let me know.
So Sprocket, you need help out there.
Yes, but maybe I might be persuasive enough to overcome language barriers.
Yeah, what was
Who's
it? What was
to
it?
say?
What was
I'm gonna add 2 points of luck,
Okay.
and I will roll. That's a 15.
Nice. Yeah, that works. Yeah, the guy pretty much he's like, "What the fuck?" He speaks Japanese to the other guy. He looks back. He's like, "Yeah. Thanks for the heads up. That's fucking nasty." And he explains it to the other guy. The other guy kind of goes, "Ugh." And they just kind of like walk off.
Thank God for nasal filters. Am I right?
He just laughs, shakes his head, and walks off.
Oh, you're making new friends everywhere, Sprocket. Oh. She gotta like dust herself off, and she's ready to go when you are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I think some of my favorite parts of Sprocket are not just speaking in third person, but talking to Vlad as well. I think those are the two.
Vlad.
Yeah, those are my two favorite.
Yeah. They probably see a rat on her, just like Vlad is like crawling over her head and like nestling in her hair, and she like already looks pretty, like her Sunday best is also covered in like soot and dirt and whatever else from the circus. So she probably looks like correct for someone getting rid of waste and working in garbage.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's probably what makes them realize like we should go.
Perfect. Yeah, it worked. Luckily you had a good roll, convinced them, they bought it, they even thanked you, so they walked away. But yeah, Gato, you were able to change clothes. You're back in. What did you work out with Bodak to schedule you? What's the plan, everybody? Because now you're at that point. Sprocket's free and clear in the back with the vehicle. Gato was able to change clothes. Bodak can add him to the list. He's in the net. David Noire's chilling around. So what's up?
What's the time actually? Is it already dark outside?
It's already dark. It's already into the evening now. But, we'll say you at least have a few hours before midnight. You could take action sooner or later. Like I said, you tell me what you guys want to do.
So, when I've changed, it's I'd say like 20 minutes later or something. So I can fill in David Noire what he has to do. He's got a very, very difficult task. For him, difficult task. That's just follow me and shut up.
That's fucking very difficult for David Noire, actually.
Yeah.
You actually have no idea how close I was to just pulling out a gun and shooting into the ceiling midway through her, trying to persuade them and just be like, all right, yeah, I'll get their attention.
Jesus Christ. Glad that didn't happen.
When people come over, misclick.
All right, well, lucky for you all, Sprocket did good on that persuasion shit, so you didn't have to deal with all that.
Yeah, I will perform the arduous task of following along and shutting up. It is truly difficult. It really tests my mettle. Is there any interesting things to talk about? Let me make a what is the roll? Let me make a concentration roll.
Yeah, do a concentration. Nice, you pull it off. It was difficult, but you made it happen.
Oh my god. and to my chest, right? I'm looking at all the things and I make sure not comment on anything. Silence.
Gato, you can
Character
see
growth, dude.
Yeah, you can see David Noire. He matured 3 sizes today, and you see him biting his lip. He's holding back. He's doing good, but. So what's the plan, Gato?
Yeah, well, I'll go there. I'll introduce myself as Mr. Blue. As soon as it's my turn.
Yeah, he's
Then-
checking. And Bodak, you did schedule him for sooner than later. Is that was the plan to do this right now?
Yeah, I've done it sooner than later. And you said that the hours weren't back to back. There was a few slots. So I've tried to get a time where there's actually a reasonable period of time that's empty to hopefully give the team time to do what they need rather than them being rushed.
Yeah, no problem. I actually, crit success on that roll for you in a sort of timeline. Yeah, you have over 10 minutes. You have a nice big block of time. You have like 10 to 20 minutes before anyone else is scheduled. You were able to find a little gap in the schedule there. And Gato, when you get up, the assistant to the priest kind of checks the digital log, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Blue, yeah, we have you right now. You're free to go." And he opens up the entrance to the back, the temporary back room.
Okay. Then I'll go in, and I guess the doors will close again.
Yep. Yeah, you enter, close. You're alone with the body.
Okay, then I tell Bodak, okay, you can lock the doors.
Yep. I'll lock down the doors and unlock the windows.
Yeah, you successfully do that.
I'll go.
Ready to receive.
I'll go to the coffin with David. We'll pull down a couple of those blankets so we can.
Is there a security detail that comes with us privately?
What was that? I didn't hear you.
Is there a security detail that comes with the watches over?
No, nobody's with you. These are scheduled.
Shit, this
private
might be
meetings.
like our cleanest heist yet.
That.
I don't think we've ever done
jinx
it
it,
without
fuck.
like horribly disemboweling someone or doing something horrible or causing a big distraction or
David Noire getting a
attacking
critical
someone.
injury.
Or me losing a hand.
Yeah, at the end, David just shoots himself because he misses getting a critical injury. He's like, "This doesn't feel right." Pa! He's like, "This doesn't. Something's off. Hold on."
The night's not over just yet.
Maybe we can just have a wholesome adventure, guys.
Okay, so pull down a few of those blankets, wrap the body in there, get the body out of the coffin. Check whether there's something else in the coffin that they might need.
No, you can give me a conceal reveal if you would.
Conceal reveal.
A second body is also in the coffin.
It's Pixie. It's Pixie Dust. The player that didn't make it. That would be crazy. No.
That would be crazy.
14.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough to notice. Wedged to the side under the body, not really like purposely trying to be hidden, but somewhat hidden and wedged. But a good enough, roll. You were able to see there's some type of like little lock box that somebody shoved in there or something. But there's also other things. There's like little notes, some flowers, some origami, just random things people are leaving the body. But the only thing, a little odd or of significance, wherever you do see like some type of like little metal lockbox.
Okay. Well, I'll take that box with me, and I'll wrap that body in those blankets, and we'll shove him through the window.
Okay. Yeah, give me let's see, give me an athletics roll.
Me?
No, this would be who's back there? Gato and David Noire,
18.
right?
18.
And David Noire is with you, right? Oh, you got 18. You don't
Yep.
even need help. That's a great roll. Yeah, you easily yank the body out. David Noire is just sitting to the side like this, supervising, I imagine. Not even breaking a sweat.
Zip lips,
Yeah, zip lips, not lifting a finger.
crossed arms.
Yeah, you lift the body up out, and you're able
Pose
to.
and look dramatically into like one of the corners of the room, inner monologuing.
Gato pops the window. It's unlocked. You see Sprocket standing out there, and you're able to, wedge the body through the window. Sprocket, you want to give me an athletics roll?
It's Sprocket. Cat.
Hell yeah.
Catch.
That's athletics, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
athletics.
Ooh, exploding.
Nice.
26.
Damn. Okay. Well, yeah, I imagine you
She,
didn't.
like-
Yeah, you didn't just take the body. You can explain how somehow you showed off getting the body from Gato.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Showing off your strength.
So from all the traveling circus family trick, quite often the trapeze or strong woman act would involve, lifting
Dead bodies.
like people. No, but people, and so she grabs it, but it's kind of like an easy. She shrugs into it, and she's able to like do a little pirouette, so that all of the momentum of catching it is kind of just safely absorbed. It's like the one moment she's been graceful in her whole entire life, my dudes.
Hell yeah, nice. The first and probably the last, because this is a flashback episode, right, for Sprocket. So this is maybe the first and last time she was.
She does kind of come into her own later, but it's kind of like a feeling of like, oh, I feel like Papa does when he, performs fire ballet, but without the fire and the ballet.
Burning.
Yeah, nice. Where are you putting the body? What are you doing? You got it out the window. Where are you putting it?
Yeah. I think I would have to put it in the trunk, right? Or the boot. Trunk, yeah, because it's Cyberpunk.
Okay.
Because otherwise people are going to see a lump, a body-sized lump in the back of her car if they looked through the windows. So
Yeah.
I think, she's just going to kind of, respectfully as much as she can, place it in the trunk and
As respectfully
close
as
it,
you can. Yeah.
I said, as much as possible.
Yeah.
Mind his head.
Yeah. Give me a stealth roll. Let me know what your stealth is, sir.
Whoa. That is a dex skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like even before I attempt to roll this, I'm just gonna put. Yeah, I'm gonna put. Why not? 2 more points of luck in there. I feel like I want this to go right.
Sounds right.
Yeah, that's a 17.
Oh yeah. Lucky for you, you get the body in because just as you're closing the trunk, you hear a sneeze behind you, and you look, and there's a couple kids on the edge of the parking lot that just kind of stepped out into view, and one of them sneezed, and you notice, and they're just playing with some ball or some shit. And I don't know, just close call for someone noticing, but you pull it off.
Bless you.
Yeah, the kid says something in Japanese, and they walk off. But yeah, you got it in there. What's Gato and David Noire? You passed off the body. What were you guys doing after you passed off the body? Now,
I'll ask Kodak, how much time do we have till the next one comes in?
Everything's gone really smoothly, so that's probably taken a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
You've still got 10 minutes. Well, 8 minutes of your appointment.
Yeah, no, I mean between our session and the next session.
the next one is right after you, so you've got about you got like another 10 minutes. You could for your private viewing, and then when you leave, the next person's supposed to come in.
Yep.
Okay, so then we might even walk out the front door.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, looks like things are going well. Let's roll.
Unlock the door so they can get back out.
And I strut right through the blinds at the door and make my way out.
Okay, and as we pass that mech room where Bodak is inside, I ask him, can you time that the alarm gets off?
Do we even need the alarm now? If the body's out.
Well,
just
if
walk
the next one is going in before we are at the parking, hell breaks loose here. So if you can do that it starts like when the next one should go in there or has just entered. I think it would help.
I can do.
Preferably before they walk in and see an empty coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when they just walked in before they see the coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and right then you can hear on the intercom, and Gato, you can catch it in Japanese. On the intercom, they're basically calling out somebody's name. You don't recognize the name, but it's in Japanese, and it's basically saying private viewing schedule is a little bit ahead. So and so, we're ready for you. Calling so and so, we're ahead of schedule. Sounds like they're calling the next person for the private viewing since you guys left out of there. They're ready for you.
I'll tell Bodak, okay, we'll need it earlier. Calling out the next one.
Yep, I'm ready to trigger it all now then. So, yeah, once they're kind of close enough to the door to get out, I'll just activate the suppression system, activate cloak, and then kick off the virus.
Okay, so you want to kick off the fire suppression system, then you want to do a cloak.
Yeah.
And then do what?
And then the virus will just kick it itself in anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you want to set the virus so it goes when you leave or when you're done, whenever you trigger it. Is that how you have it?
It was triggered, so once cloak was finished, that's when it would then wipe everything.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me your cloak. Your interface.
Sorry, yeah, I'm dragging my dice. I don't do that. I just click it.
Yeah, nice. That was a good one. Yeah, you dropped the cloak. You basically you've got that there, cloaking your involvement with this system. You trigger the fire suppression. It instantly kicks on, and a bunch of like rusty, nasty water kind of starts spraying out of these old pipes from the ceiling and start slowly changing to clear. But obviously, this is some old system that's been in this building, and it's pretty fucking nasty. The second you set it off, there's people screaming, some people kind of like scattering out of the building, and it is causing a bit of chaos. When this happens, you do notice that a handful of guys, like some of those Yakuza guys that were out front, come running into the building, though, as people are running out screaming. And they just look confused and kind of scattering around. A couple of them are heading back to the viewing room. A couple went upstairs. They're just kind of panicking. And you hear chatter. Gato, you can hear some people yelling out, is there a fire? Where's there a fire? And like just random people screaming in Japanese and such. There's also people yelling in English and stuff, but it's definitely causing the chaos that you were expecting.
I'll call out in Japanese and in English. Fire! Fire! Everybody get out! And just run off.
Nice. Give me your persuasion roll. What were you going to say, Bodak?
I was going to say... yeah, I'll let Gato do his bit first.
Yeah, but tell me while he rolls that. What were you saying?
Bodak's just going to lower his hood. His tech hair's going to turn to his kind of got hair that kind of looks like it fits in this environment. He's just going to stride out of that room, and Reservoir Dog style, he's just going to walk calmly out of the building.
Nice.
Very cool.
Awesome. Give me another stealth roll. There's going to be a good bonus here because no one is fucking paying attention or trying to see. It's a lot of panic, but I just want to see how well you get out of their room without anybody noticing. And Gato, that was a great persuasion roll. You definitely yell out fire. People are believing it. Everyone that is around you immediately is like, oh shit. They actually start echoing you saying, yeah, fire, fire. Like, that was a great roll. You're convincing. And people are scattering with the exception of the handful of Yakuza guys that came in and are kind of spreading out, looking around. A couple of the guys go to the back and are running back there. Towards the end of this, as Bodak's trying to stealthily go, and you can give me that stealth roll whenever you can. You do hear... Oh, you put luck?
2 points of luck. Not that I needed it.
Didn't even need it. Holy shit, 30! Wow, 32. Yeah, you practically
So cool.
you practically moonwalk out of that room, and like you're doing some cool moves. You're dancing. You're being cocky with it, and no one's noticing. You're so slick. It's crazy. But yeah, you get out of there. And Gato, while he's getting out, you're yelling fire. People, you do hear the two Yakuza guys that ran back towards the viewing room. You hear them yelling out and saying, "The body's gone. The body's gone. Holy shit!" And they're yelling out that in between other people yelling fire and such.
You might want to get to that RV. I think Sprocket is like in the car ready to go. And she's like talking to Vlad, and she's like, "That's so weird that there was also a fire on inside the room. Wow, everything's happening today. What a big coincidence, right? What do you mean we did that?" Oh, okay, I see. Very clever.
Yeah, while you're talking to Vlad, you see that back window pop open, and one of the Yakuza guys like leans out and he looks over, and he looks right at you, and he's just kind of like, you guys make eye contact, and he's looking out.
I think she's gonna do one of these and just like fucking floor it.
No, you gotta wait. You did it a few times in this session. You gotta end it with. You gotta exit with the goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye now.
Okay. Goodbye. I have to go. Yeah, and she's just gonna kind of floor it, like, you know, weaving in and out. Just some cool ass driving.
Yeah, give me your drive skill. I want to see if you beat this DV13 to swerve around the building, because you are hauling ass to get away from him. And while you're pulling out, this guy pulls out a gun and takes a couple shots off at you at the vehicle.
That's a 16.
Missing. I rolled it. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, you swerve around that corner like a champ.
She's got a base driving of 14 though, so I rolled shit.
Nice. Well, yeah, you beat it without even having to try. It's almost like you're a nomad or something. It's crazy. But yeah, you swerve around that corner like a champ. He takes a couple shots, missing the vehicle. And Gato, David Noire, Bodak. The rest of you hear some shots. You hear the car peeling out. People are screaming, panicking, leaving. Bodak's moonwalking out the front door. What are you, David and Gato, doing?
Strutting.
Getting back to the RV.
Yeah, we make our way over to the RV. I'm gonna mention I want a new manager.
All right, yeah, you guys make it back to the RV. Everyone is kind of panicking, running around. Some vehicles are actually leaving. You can hear some sirens in the distance making their way towards you. They are getting louder. Aside from that, you do hear some more shots going off. Sprocket, you definitely get the feeling some people are shooting at your vehicle as you're peeling out of the parking lot. I would make you do another driving, but again, it's just to swerve out of the parking lot, and since your driving skill is already above that shit,
here.
Yeah, you're tearing that shit up. You're getting out of there, no problem. David, Gato, Bodak, y'all made it to the RV successfully. You can pull out and leave. Where are you headed? Where are you all headed? You can make your
meet
plan.
back up at the RV park.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get in, sit down, and just say to Gato, nice and slow. No reason to draw suspicion.
We don't have anything to hide, have we? And yeah, we go back to the place where we can ruin that guy's Yakuza evening.
Nice, and I like that PW Bind says Sprocket's old beater car speeds off loudly with black smoke puffing through the holes on the headers. Baby Beard Mary, there we go, Rob. Run this screw through a mystery set within the speedy underbelly of cyber pro wrestling. That's funny. Yeah, so I just wanted to check the chat. Yeah, so you guys can easily head back there, and no problem. And like Bodak said, Gato, you just do it low key. You drive normal speeds. You're not trying to draw attention. And like you said, it's not like you have anything incriminating. Everything is in sprockets. She successfully tore out of the parking lot. But you guys get out of there. You make it back to the RV park motel sort of setup. And yeah, Grady's there. He's chilling. It looks like he has some type of lady hanging on his arm, and he's having a drink out front of his hotel room, smoking a cigarette.
Sprocket kind of like, pulls in, gets out of the car. Her hair is like all crazy wired. Vlad's been kind of like hiding in it because he wasn't like ready for some of those sharp turns. So like he kind of like pokes out like a bit like, ooh, like stars flying in front of his eyes. She's like, so have Mr. Takada in trunk. What happens now? He's just there. Mind his head.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, let me call it in. They'll come pick him up. Just give it a little time. He's like, that's great. Anybody hurt? Anybody need medical or what's up? How's everybody doing?
All right. So we all show up, yeah?
Yeah, you're all there.
Yeah.
Well, I think the only thing that's really hurt is David's ego.
What, you didn't
Hey,
get
he
the...
made some fan.
Out of character, I got a session-ending line when we're ready for it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was very cool. And you totally got some new fans. Like, from a funeral gig. What the fuck?
I've been in better gigs, but I've been in worse ones, too.
All right,
I
well,
think we should keep Sprocket.
well, yeah, hey,
Sorry?
as we agreed, we got payment through. He shifts his agent. You guys hear your agents ping, 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 and go off, and you see the payment come through. Each of you made 1,000.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, and he said no, it went good, and you got the body. He's like, everything's smooth. They'll be here in about 15, 20 minutes to pick up. So feel free to hang out and call it a night. I'm gonna. And he looks at the lady. He's like, I guess we're gonna hit round 2. I'll see y'all fucktards later. And he heads into the room with the girl.
Wow, what a rude
Well, there
man.
goes my line. Alright.
All right. Well,
Good
before he
job,
heads
that
into
gentleman.
the room, did David Noire want to say any last lines?
That was a good job. And you, Grady? You're fired.
I think it's cute. You think you can fire me, kid? He goes. He just walks into the room.
Oh, that is
that
very
really
funny. No, David, that's very funny because, we set off fire alarms. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Good. It was good.
Yeah. It's a good joke. It's awesome.
Some of that cool stat coming into play there, huh?
Yeah.
Figuring out the joke.
David's got a 6 of cool. He walks it off.
Yeah,
He
I think.
struts it off.
Yeah, you and Sprocket both meet on that level a little bit, I guess. You meet halfway and make that joke work. But yeah, you got your pay. We'll say about 15 minutes later, just hanging out, socializing with each other. You see a little caravan of nomads pull up that none of you have met before, recognized, but they definitely seem to know exactly what they're doing. They pull up, they know you all by name, they call out. They get the body. They're there basically to take the body to wherever it needs to go, wherever Ling Po is, I would imagine. But they take it, they leave it. Y'all were paid. You're hanging out. Sprocket's family is probably heading back to the circus. You're going to meet up later or whatever they're doing. What is the plan for Sprocket? She got the gig done. Some of the family helped do the caravan, but then they left while you did this whole mission. It's now out, getting, we'll say, close to midnight and shit. What is she doing?
Yeah. Well, I think she's gonna wish everyone, guys, this was so much fun, and what a rush, and I got to feel like really useful. And sometimes in circus, I don't feel so useful. I see, when the performers, are really, they feel it in their heart and in their eyes, and they feel a part of everything. And that happens for them on stage, but it's never happened for me on stage. But I felt that. And now I have money, not Volkov money, my money. And I am useful. And my friend Brunhilde, she was old strong woman in circus. She just went to a place called Heaven. And I think I want a taste.
Well,
So that's going to be her that's her origin story, baby, where she's going to have a long talk with her father after this session about she needs to leave the circus and become an
Bodak
edge runner. So,
Bodak doesn't normally kind of talk to people that much, but he would kind of finish up with that with being never running with you, Sprocket. If you want to run with the crew again, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah,
You're
very welcome.
have a bleenie on me. She pulls out more bleenies from her pocket.
Covered in lint.
Covered in lint. Vlad's got one in his tiny hands.
And as she says, she feels like going into this trade. Gato actually goes to the back of the RV where he has his old heavy pistol, one he used before he got the smart gun one.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it out. So if you come to Night City to become an edge runner, perhaps this might be useful for you. I'll hand it over to you.
Oh. So cool. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, here. And she's like gonna give out to all of you guys, like it's like a little kind of holographic ticket with a kind of like burly Russian man with the big circus, and it just says free pass to Volkov Traveling Circus.
Nice.
And it's gonna be like, likewise, we are always moving, and you can call yourselves one of the family.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome. Nice.
And now, just so everybody knows, I'll sometime in the future, I'll work one of these one shots around you guys visiting the circus. I think that'll be fun.
Definitely, yes.
We'll make something
Hell yeah.
there. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
That would be amazing.
No, I'm excited that.
What a wholesome story.
Yeah, I'm glad that we were able to get a little origin story for Sprocket. She got to get a little taste of edge running, loved it, made a little bit of loot, and was able to kind of use that leverage to head off to heaven and kind of start off what you've done with Roll to Cast and Baby Beard Media and anybody that's familiar with Sprocket. So I think that's really cool. I really enjoyed that. It's really cool how we were able to kind of tie that around and not just play with each other today, but twist those stories together a little bit. I love that sort of shit. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's been so wonderful playing with you guys. Like, this is the first time I've, kind of played with other players who aren't my housemates / collaborators in Baby Beard Media, and it's just been truly wonderful. So I just want to say a big thank you, guys, and obviously thank you, Rob, for having this old guy on.
No, thanks so much for joining us, and I gotta say, it was such a surprising session. I think, like David Noire said, it's surprising that no one got violent, that we didn't, things didn't turn that route, because a lot of times
could have went nuclear very, very
yeah, a lot of times our sessions, they, it's a little bit of balance of everything. The fact that they are one shots, I try to at least put a balance of everything in everything, so we get a well-rounded, each one's its own standalone. But it also comes into how the players play it out, how the dice roll, all that shit. And I'll say, man, with the way I laid out this one, I tried to give, a couple options or little things you might be able to uncover to find ways to pull it off. And you guys uncovered a way to pull it off, and you guys just did it kind of smooth. You had some good rolls. You avoided little confrontation things that I was kind of seeding in to see if something might happen. And like, man, you guys did great. You avoided everything. Good rolls, good conversations, persuasions, all that stuff. So it was really cool. I think it was a very role-play thick episode and very, like, combat light. Like, no one even had to, pull out a blade or a bullet. That was great. With the exception of Bodak. The net running. The net running had a little bit of combat going on, but,
No, awesome. Really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah, and everybody in chat. Everybody in chat, too. Thanks so much. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. I see Entered Z, my wife Val in there, PW Bind, Quincy Ford, everybody. Thanks so much for always tuning in. I really appreciate that. And I just want to use this moment also to give a shout out to all my supporters on Patreon. Anino from Anino Gaming, part of the Wandering DM crew, Chris Anderson, our own Steve Barr with Sirenscape, Jason Weaver, Matt, who's also GM Reservoir Panda under the Cyberpunk Uncensored brand. You can see him on Sundays. He's streaming tomorrow. Samurai Mac. I almost said Samurai Jack, that's funny. Samurai Mac, and our very own Rothan, who plays Gato, another one of my supporters. Really appreciate all you guys on Patreon supporting. It really encourages me to constantly make more and more Cyberpunk content. That's why I'm constantly making the Crash Course videos every day, and interviews, and the GM Tips, GM Roundtable. I've now got the Deep Dive series, the Night City Live series, the one-shot going on all the time, my weekly ongoing. I love it, and I wouldn't do it if it wasn't for everybody showing me some love, so I just want to put that out there. Anybody else paying attention, make sure you check out the links in the description, like and share the video, subscribe to Cyberpunk Uncensored on YouTube and Twitch so you don't miss anything. At this moment, I'd like to give Ellen a chance to, give a shout out to Roll to Cast, Baby Beard Media, let everyone know, where they can find you guys and all that good stuff.
We're on pretty much everything. We're most active on Twitter, but we're on Facebook. All good podcatchers, you can find us. That's Roll to Cast, ROLE to Cast. And you can find, our Cyberpunk 2020 season. You can find our Cyberpunk RED. We're also doing an all-new season at the moment that is launching. It is, we play Pulp Cthulhu, and it's called Ambrosia Island. So if you want to see me being a hard-ass New York gangster, you know where to go. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that good stuff. You can hit me up on Twitter, which is Ellen K. Graham 1. And don't forget, we also have YouTube stuff, so you can see our lovely faces sometimes, and you can see us play scary video games.
Oh yeah, yeah. And anybody that checks out Cyberpunk Uncensored YouTube, we have a interview I did with you. I'll say back in the day now, because I was looking at the old videos, and that one was like 5 months ago, or over 5 months ago. I can't believe it's been that long, but I do have a video where me and Ellen got together and just chatted about her role-playing history and Roll the Cast and all that. Everyone can go check that out. And I'm happy to say that you finally were able to come back. We were actually able to play and get on video, because back then I was just doing the podcast stuff and it wasn't even on video, I think, for that one. But yeah, thanks so much for joining us. I had a really good time.
Thank you.
You're awesome at role playing and Cyberpunk, and I'm definitely going to check out what you're doing with the Cthulhu stuff. And yeah, I encourage everybody else to check it out. I'll try to drop, when I get done with this, I'll edit this, and the archive on YouTube, I'll put a link to Roll the Cast in the description, so anybody interested in checking that out can easily do so. Other than that, any last words from Gato?
Well, it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing sometime again.
Absolutely.
With this cast. And it was a pity that Tara wasn't here. I think if Tara would have been here, it would have been even more of a firework.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the fact that we're able to cycle people in. If somebody can't make the one shot, we're able to cycle in other players and fun people. And it was great that we were able to get Ellen in here too. So any last words from David Noire?
Nothing.
And Bodak?
It's been a great game again. Thanks to everyone for watching and everyone that I got to play with.
Oh yeah, awesome. Well, we'll end it here. Everybody in chat, thanks for tuning in. Take care. And all of you that played with me, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Take care, everybody.
Bye.